Chapter 72. End of the Terror of the Snake. Okay. I am in the simulator. Vari Eileen. Oh. Vari Eileen, Lola, Lana, Lincoln, Laney, Krista, Riley, Gabriella, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Inu, Hanata, Fu Rin, Lady Tsunade, Tsunada, Kakashi, Karen, Conan. God, I don't know these people. And Lisa are in the control room. Lisa calibrated the simulator so that one day is like 1 minute. Okay. The simulator activated, and I found myself on the day Lady Tsunada went out to heal Orochimaru's arms. Fantastic. Another Naruto chapter. It puts a smile on my face. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good, I say. I see Lady Tsunada about to hand a ball of chakra to Orochimaru. Oh no, you don't. I fly over and kick both Orochimaru and Kabuto away from Lady Tsunade. Is this a private party or can anyone join? I ask. Thank you. I did not want to do this anyway, says Lady Tsunada. You're welcome, Lady Tsunada. Like, okay, but why can't the Lady Tsunada that you like who's watching this, why couldn't she just be here with you? I guess realistically, because then she'd be going in with you and she wouldn't be in danger, which is, you know, what I assume is happening right now. She wouldn't be like about to do something she wouldn't want to do uh by healing this person's arms or whatever. I don't know. I assume that's I assume they're bad guys. Anywho, you're welcome, Lady Sonata. My name is JD Nutson, by the way. You could also have it be like you go into the simulator and it's a universe where Lady Tsunade actually, already knows you. I feel like that would help. But no, it's good. Let's have this another like 20 character long introduction scene. Where was I? It's a pleasure to meet you. Yes, okay. My name is JD Nutson, by the way, I say. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for saving me from having to make a stupid decision, says Lady Tsunade. You're welcome. Now we got a traitorous snake to destroy. But first, I snapped my fingers and Lady Tsunade reverted back to when she was 15 years old and she has red angel wings with green feathers and a long sword. Okay. What happened? Why did he do that? What good does it do for this story? I'm dying to know. What happened to me? I feel young and stronger than ever. And why does my back feel so heavy? Asks Lady Tsunade. I created water mirror, and Lady Tsunade gasped. I'm young again. How? Okay. I'm not old enough. I don't know how old Lady Tsunade is, but I'm just gonna assume middle aged. I'm not middle aged. So I'm not like thinking back to, oh, I wish I was younger. And like, I don't know how far that would go back for somebody who is middle aged. But personally, when I think, oh, I wish I was younger, I'd think, I don't know, late teens to early 20s. Not to 15, not to like high school year, age, high school age. That's a little too far, in my personal opinion. Unless, of course, it's like, oh, you only get to do it once. Well, screw it. I want to go back as far as possible, and then I've got all the more life to live. I don't know. I guess, hey, it's James Nutson's fanfic. For all we know, Lady Tsunade, um, well, I guess, no, it's not like Lady Tsunade is his character. And obviously, a fanfic can heavily influence how a character acts and, their morals and what they want and stuff like that. But, the really good fanfics manage to not completely destroy the character, at least not in an unrealistic way. Regardless, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. My point being, I don't know what Lady Tsunade would want. I don't know anything about her other than her looks. So for all I know, maybe she would want to be reverted back to 15-year-old. Where was I? I'm young again. How? This is my first time doing this. But I use my omnipotent powers to make you young again. Oh, great. I don't think omnipotent even works there. Isn't omnipotent more like all-knowing? I'm embarrassed. Now I'm embarrassed. Omnipotent means all-powerful, so yep. But hey, yeah, I'm just glad he just put it out there. Omnipotent powers. So hey, it's, what's to even? You know who? It just it's like he's too busy trying to make himself the coolest, most powerful character in the world. He doesn't even realize how badly he shoots himself in the foot every time he reveals, "Oh, I'm super powerful in this way. I'm super powerful in this way. I can do this. I can do that. I just did this on a whim. I didn't even know I could do it, and apparently I'm a master at it." And because now what? You know, any situation he's in, well, this is the killer, isn't it? You know, and it's one thing to say, "Oh, he's got super strength." Well, great. Now I know that any situation where he might need to use strength, he can use strength. Or he's got the force. So now any problem that can be solved with the force, easily with the force, he can solve it with the force. But now he's just straight up said he's omnipotent. So realistically, what possible problem could he possibly have? I mean, he could try. I don't believe it. I don't believe him capable of what I'm about to, you know, um, propose. That's the word. Propose. But he could try to go like a Dr. Manhattan angle, because Dr. Manhattan, he was omnipotent, at least as far as I could tell. And he was having like whole moral crisis. I don't know, disconnect from human life, something like that. Just like, because that's the only thing we can do now. That's the only hurdles that JD can possibly overcome, and it's all mental or emotional or societal. I don't know, because he just straight up says omnipotent. Then again, omnipotent. For all we know, oh, snap my fingers. Now everybody likes me, or now whatever mental issues I have, they're gone. Whatever. Fucking Christ. What am I looking at? Okay, don't skip. Don't skip. Um, where was I? But I use my omnipotent powers to make you young again and give you wings because we just, I have to have wings. I say, in the control room, I must admit, I look really cool with wings, says Lady Tsunade. I also completely just skipped over the fact that chances are he turned her 15 because that's how old his character is, and he probably has a crush on Lady Tsunade, which is also kind of strange because um James Knudsen in real life is, I don't know, 30. I've already forgotten. But, you know, because that's I don't even know what the morality of that is, right? You write a fanfic as like a 30 to 40 something year old guy, um, but in order for you to, and it's a self insert fanfic, but in order for you to fit in, you have to de-age yourself, but you also want to date a character who is of age. But of course, you can't have it be you dating her because you're young and she's old, and that would make her a pedophile. God, what am I talking about? But so then, like, the only option is to de-age her, which, I mean, sure, now technically in the fanfic, you and her are in a totally normal relationship. Though, does de-aging her also mentally de-age her? Because how could anybody in good faith date? And this is all speculation to see, just if he winds up dating Kid Lady Tsunade. Um, it's just a lot of questions. Is she still mentally her age? And like, I mean, how far could you even get away with it? Like, she was in fact quite old, and technically, she is still that old. She's physically 15 years old, but she's lived however many years she has. My God, I'm just going down a stupid rabbit hole that doesn't even exist yet. Yet. Phew. Okay. I feel like just avoid it, Don't have relationships. Or don't self insert and also make yourself younger and intend to have romance in the future. And also, okay, here we go. What's the point? Why does he care about making her his age? He very clearly made Naruto, who, yeah, in one of the previous chapters, who I'm quite certain at that time in the story was underage, date some girl, woman, not girl, some woman who I am certain is older than him. I even looked it up. I know for certain. And she has a kid too, and she's all like head over heels for Naruto, a kid, a child, a boy, compared to her, at least. So it's the morality is so confusing with this guy. I'm just it's red flags is all I'm saying. I don't know if James Knutson here has gotten into any trouble with I don't know, grooming or just generally pedophilia, even if it's in media, you know. I'm taking too long talking about this. It's not even we're 5 inches into this story. Inches? Why did I say inches? We're five. I don't know. We're a little into the story. Okay. It's weird. Moral of the story. Don't be James Knutson. Anywho, I must admit, I look really cool with angel with wings, says Lady Tsunade. I agree, Lady Hokage, says Lori. I always wondered what you were like back when you were a kid, Lady Tsunade, says Lincoln. Me too. You were beautiful as you are now, says Laney. Thank you, Laney, says Lady Tsunade. Lady Tsunade is a very skilled woman. She was very powerful back then as she is now. Thank you. Yeah, says Kakashi. I can't argue with that, Kakashi, says Furi. I don't think any of us can, says Naruto. No kidding. Tsunade sensei, you were beautiful then as you are now. Why are they all saying it like that? Whatever, says Sakura. They all agreed. They maybe start out with that one and then, don't include all of them agreeing and saying this and that and this. Back on the battlefield, Lady Tsunade! Exclaims Shizune. Shizune, Naruto, and Master Jiraiya arrived on the scene, and they were shocked by her transformation. Tsunade, is that really you? Asks Jiraiya. Jiraiya. It's still me, Jiraiya, you pervert, says Lady Tsunade. Lovely. It is you, but you look as you were. You look as you were back 35 years ago. Why can't they just say you look like you're 15? Wait, are you saying that she's 50? Lady Tsunade is 50? I guess. Anywho, um, but you look as you were back 35 years ago, says Jiraiya. I used my omnipotent powers to make her young again. And made her young again, I say. I also have some bonus features, says Lady Tsunade. I can see that. The wings make you look like an angelic goddess among all women. I've got to write the. Jiraiya gets cut off. I elbowed Jiraiya in the stomach and he fell down. Sorry, Master Jiraiya, but there will be none of that here. Right now, we've got a traitorous snake and his right-hand man to destroy, I say. So Jiraiya's like the typical. I'm sure I already knew this. I'm sure I already learned this and forgot it, but Jiraiya's obviously like perverted character stereotype. I don't know how perverted, right? Because even in One Piece, there's a couple moments where it's like soft core pedophilia. You know, Sanji wanting to watch Nami grow up to her, beautiful adult self, all the jewelry Bonnie stuff. Um, Anywho, because there's stuff like that. So I mean, it's not something I want in anime, but I'm hardly gonna act like it's some whoa crazy that Jiraiya is being perverted towards 15-year-old Lady Tsunade. Of course, it's a whole nother issue if it's like Jiraiya is a pervert, but he's not a pedophile, you know? Unlike Sanji, who is a pervert and sometimes a little bit, just a little bit of a pedophile, just a little bit. Just, a, just. I keep bringing up pedophilia. Well, that's what happens when you de-age somebody, and then I don't know. It says harem later. I can't take that. I can't just forget about that. That very important part of the story, where there will, in fact, be a harem later on, all revolving around the 50. I don't know how old, actually. I don't remember the exact age that JD is. JD, his self-insert, I mean. But it's teenage years. Under 18, I know that. I'm pretty confident about that. But yeah, just if you're so committed, I don't know. I don't know how much of a pervert Jiraiya is in Naruto, but some people might argue that despite this, less than great character flaw, he's still upstanding enough to not be a pedophile, and then you can get mad that, oh great, so JD has now turned Jiraiya into somewhat of a pet. What am I? It's it's been like 20 minutes already. I feel. I don't actually know. I don't. I never timed these, but I only know when I finished. I'm just tired of talking about it. You know, and that's for the best. I need to read. I can't keep going off on these tirades. But I feel the need to point this out. Character assassination, stuff like that. Yeah, if I feel like it's too complicated for me to put into words, or if it'll go on too long, I'll just say like the general topic that I was trying to rant about, and then maybe you guys can understand what I'm trying to get at. Sorry, Master. Nope. Jiraiya got up. Yeah, you're right. By the way, what's your name, kid? Asks Jiraiya. Mine. I'm JD Nutson. I have some tricks up my sleeve. I now have the ability to go beyond a super angel. Oh, right, because super angel wasn't far enough. Watch. I get in my stance and I flare up my power to an extreme intensity, and lightning, lightning flickered around my body. The ground started shaking violently as Orochimaru and Kabuto got up, and they saw my hair turn golden yellow and my wings sprout. What? Wait, they're not always just out? They just sprout like that? Whatever. Ha! I'm not screaming. All right, people would hear if I started screaming. Ha! I almost want to, though. No, I won't. I can't. I shouldn't. The light from my power was so bright and powerful that it blinded everyone. Temporarily, I feel should be added in real quick. Unless you're being serious, which I doubt it. I was emitting a power that was so extremely powerful and mind-boggling that it made all the most powerful shinobi in the world combined together look like civilians without chakra compared to it. You know why I love Monkey D. Luffy? Um, it isn't because he's super powerful. Because I mean, he never started out super powerful. Heck, you could even argue that the gum gum fruit isn't all that great of a fruit, but it's just the creativity and getting to see him fight all these powerful, strong villains, some of which are stronger than him, some of which just straight up beat him. All that leading to him becoming as powerful as he is later on in the series. It just feels nice. It feels nice. I mean, just look at the most recent, the Kizaru fight that was, recently adapted in the anime. It took, I don't even know how many chapters, minimum 1,000 chapters for. Am I getting a phone call? Hold on. Uh, oh goodness. I got to finish my thought. I'm gonna lose it all. Yeah, it took at minimum 1,000 chapters, maybe more, for Luffy and Kizaru. I hope I'm saying that right. To fight again, to have a rematch. You know, it's just crazy. So, sometimes a big bad is introduced. In other animes, a big bad is introduced in like an arc, or hell, even just a single fight. And like maybe the main character is losing, but he always manages to beat him at the end of the arc or at the end of the fight. You know, and just it's just it's payoff, right? We get to see Luffy get stronger throughout the chapters, throughout the seasons. If you're an anime watcher, which I am, I don't know why I'm implying I read the manga, but you know, and you see how creative he can be. You can see how he develops techniques, how he just straight up fights people. He learns things when he needs to. Had to learn hockey if he wanted to stand a chance. It's just cool. It's cool how he gets stronger in a realistic way, rather than just randomly in the next chapter he says, "Oh yeah, I casually unlocked Gum Gum. I casually unlocked Gear 8." And then he goes into Gear 8, and everybody can feel. And his Conqueror's Hockey is so powerful. Everybody in the entire One Piece world dies. It's just stupid like that. No hurdle had to be passed in order for JD to go beyond a super angel. No, he just casually whips it out. It's not like, oh, my friends are about to die. But Super Angel isn't strong enough, but I have to try. And then some cool transformation happens. And out of pure necessity, and knowing that he had to do the right thing, he unlocks beyond Super Angel. Maybe he'll call it Super Duper Angel. Maybe he'll call it Super Duper Angel. Just no. That's how it always is. And I feel, because I don't usually do comparisons like that. Or maybe I do. I never remember. But, it's just comparing JD's random and just intense leaps in power to Luffy. It's night and day. And it makes me wish that I was reading One Piece instead, even though I don't read manga and I only ever watch anime because I am a man of the future. Anywho, where was I even? I don't even remember. Right. When every shinobi in the world combined together looked like civilians without chakra, my yellow aura had lightning flashing around my body. Well, here it is. What do you all think? I ask. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What are you? Asks Jiraiya. Oh, wait, I have to check my phone because. Okay, probably lost my groove and my spot. Unbelievable. What are you? Asks Jiraiya. I'm just a normal human, but I was given my powers because of cosmic radiation from outer space, which is, that explains why it's so angelic. We all know, angels come from the cosmos. I have all sorts of powers now because of it. Yeah, like omnipotence, which I believe all powers fall under that umbrella, but being all powerful and thus you have all powers. Well, hey, what do I know? I was given the Super Angel transformation when I fought in the Netherworld, I say. I guess, hey, there it is. That's how he earned it. Your level of chakra is intense, but I also sense something else, says Lady Tsunade. Yes, I can sense ki and spirit energy, I say. This revelation flabbergasted them. But that's impossible. No ninja alive can use ki or spirit energy. Do they even exist? Like to them in their universe? I mean, in Naruto, does ki and spirit energy even exist? And thus, like, they wouldn't really know about it? or be all. I mean, heck, I mean, I guess they could just simply not know about it, but it could still exist. I don't know. Who cares? It's crumbs compared to the cookie that is turning Lady Tsunade into a 15-year-old. Not until now. Jiraiya, Naruto, Shizune, you three will take Kabuto. Lady Tsunade, you come with me. Orochimaru is ours, I say. With pleasure, says Lady Tsunade. Naruto then started feeling intense pain. No, but this is one of JD's favorite characters. I didn't know that they could feel pain. Naruto, what's wrong, kid? Asks Jiraiya. I I don't know, pervy sage, says Naruto. Fantastic. A huge array of seals. I like to imagine seals like the sea animal. Um, I'm losing my mind. Anywho, a huge array of seals appeared on Naruto, and Master Jiraiya analyzed them. Hindrance and power limit seals. The council and a few shinobi did this to him, says Jiraiya. The seals broke, and Naruto's true power was released. Oh, well, what wonderful timing. He also had the intelligence and IQ beyond that. Okay. I don't know. Okay. For all I know, JD is very, very much smarter than me. Um, much more intelligence, much higher IQ. But I swear, unless of course they somehow have different definitions in like the dictionary or something, but I swear to God, intelligence and IQ are the same, or at least so very closely similar that the differences are negligible. Whatever. That intelligence and IQ beyond that of Nara, whoever that is. His energy levels were 20,000 times stronger than that of Master Jiraiya, and he had sprouted, wouldn't you know it, orange angel wings. That's gotta be hideous. Okay, I don't like the color orange. So what were Lady Tsunade's? I think they were red. Red angel wings, yeah. So I guess red's fine color, I suppose. But orange angel wings, that's hideous. If they were like blonde angel wings, it'd be fine. You know, yellow, I guess, would make more sense. Do angel wings? Okay, obviously this doesn't really apply in like a power sense, since Lady Tsunade has red ones, and well, I guess Naruto's hair is orange. Wait, no, it's not. I'm thinking of that guy from Bleach. Uh, uh, Anyways, it's just something to think about. Like, is the color of wings somehow tied to the color of your hair? Like, if you were born with black hair, and then I don't know, you sprouted wings, would they be black as well? I mean, not in this world. They'd be whatever color JD thinks would look coolest on you. Oof. Excuse me. 20,000 times. Orange angel wings. He became taller? In his orange jumpsuit. Right. His jumpsuit is orange, but not his hair. His orange jumpsuit was replaced with a black sleeveless battle GI, black A Anbu pants, a dark orange shirt, and black shoes. He went unconscious afterwards. I don't know. Okay, this has nothing to do with it, but I kind of just had this image of of quote unquote cool SpongeBob. You know how that one image of like SpongeBob holding up the money. I think he has like a green hat and jacket. He's smoking. He's got a devious smile. I don't know. That just kind of reminded me of this. I don't. I'm having a bit of a. I don't even know. I think my body's rejecting this. My body's just like pushing me. It's pushing my brain towards anything other than the Loud House Revamped, Chapter 72, the end of the snake, the end of the terror of the snake. Where was I? He went unconscious afterwards. My energy must have destroyed the seals put on him and unleashed Naruto's true self, I say. Maybe. We'll have to figure this out later, says Lady Tsunade. Orochimaru and Kabuto walked up to us. Tsunade, I thought you wanted to be reunited with... Orochimaru was cut off. Shut up, you snake trader! You killed Sarutobi-sensei and ruined so many lives. You will now pay the ultimate price for your crimes, says Lady Tsunade. Your time has come, Orochimaru, I say. I don't know who you are, but your body is far more powerful than that of of Sasuke. He's not even here and he's catching strays, dude. Leave the guy alone. All right? Do you hate Sasuke because he's a bad guy, or do you hate Sasuke because he's, I don't know, complex? Right? Because of course Sasuke would do all those bad things. He was manipulated or something. He was convinced of another truth. I don't know. All right? I don't know anything about Naruto other than what I'm learning here and now. I had an example. Or like a bad guy turning good. Megamind! There's one. Then again, Megamind was never like evil. He was more comedic evil. But the point is, characters can be bad and turn good. That's what makes them good characters. Like good written, well written, not good as in morally good. Which I mean, ultimately, if they're redeeming themselves, they do become morally good. Maybe, whatever. But the point is, the appeal of Sasuke, I would assume, is that he was a bad guy, and a bad guy for good reasons. You know, I'm sure he had plenty of reasons to do whatever bad things it was that he did. I still don't know. And either because he was severely misguided, or maybe he was blinded by anger and hatred and stuff like that. But then, I don't know, he realized the error of his ways and he redeemed himself. And that's why people like Sasuke, probably, maybe. Gotta keep it in mind that I don't know. Oh my god, I keep reading ahead. I need to read that real quick because that's just wonderful. I guess it was foreshadowing all my talking about pedophilia. Anywho, is far more powerful than that of Sasuke. With your body, I will become God, says Orochimaru. Not gonna happen, you homicidal megalomaniac pedophile. And there it is. I guess I guess that's the theme of this one. Pedophilia. Is he actually a pedophile in Naruto? Because that feels like kind of, I don't know. Who cares? I dash and I punch Orochimaru in the stomach and kick him in the crotch and uppercut punch him. I just say uppercut him in the chin with devastating force, and Orochimaru. I hate his name. Not JD's fault, I know that, but I just hate saying Orochimaru. Anyways, he went skidding and he was in a lot of pain and it hurt really bad. Oh, he was in a lot of pain, but he wasn't feeling really good because of it. He was in a lot of pain and it hurt bad, as opposed to the good kind of pain. You know? Right? Because, you stab yourself with a knife and sometimes it's like, oh, yay, good pain. I feel great now that I've hurt myself. I guess that would be masochism, wouldn't it? No, I'm not going for like sexual pleasure then. I'm talking just like I'm poking fun at the unnecessity. Is that even a word? Let's say it is. Of saying that a guy who is in a lot of pain is also hurt really bad. Yeah, I know. Believe you me, I've been hurt before, and that put me in a lot of pain. So, like, you can just say one or the other, and then I can make the connection because my brain is fully developed and it hasn't been rotted away by whatever strange internet activities you've gotten up to for the past however many years, JD. James. I need to know his age because I've forgotten it all over again. Jeez Louise. Okay. Why would I say jeez Louise when I've straight up said fuck? Yeah, I've said I've said pedophile. Why do I care? Why do I say like jeez Louise instead of Jesus? This is my brain. It is an enigma. Patrick reference. Orochimaru tried to get up, but he was almost without breath. That's okay. He tried to get up again, but he fell back and belched up a huge amount of blood. This can't be happening. How did one brat knock me down so quickly? And why do I feel so damaged? Well, maybe because you straight up saw and, as far as I can tell, felt him be like power up like super like a bunch beyond recognition. Whatever. Kabuto was frozen in absolute terror. How horrifying. He dealt 3 powerful attacks and Lord Orochimaru is knocked down. What is this kid? Asks Kabuto in his head. I'm someone you don't want to face, Kabuto. I say in my head. Lady Tsunade appeared behind Orochimaru and kicked him in the back of the head with devastating force, and I jumped into Orochimaru's stomach, jumped into it, and dealt him an extremely powerful stomp kick that had devastating power. Orochimaru was badly mangled up and he looked incredibly sick. What have you done to me? Asks Orochimaru. Orochimaru's face, chest, and stomach puffed up and he looked like he was gonna throw up. Something's happening to him, says Jiraiya. He's sick, says Shizune. Orochimaru's life force was dropping fast and his neck inflated and then he puked out the contents of his stomach 10 times. Times 10. That's gross, dude. I don't want to freaking read that. Yuck, I say. Orochimaru puked out a young woman with neon blue hair, and she had a purple sleeveless shirt, a purple skirt with purple cherry blossoms on it, purple arm sleeves, and no shoes, and he also puked up a long sword? Oh man, okay, well I guess that's why. I don't know what's happening. I guess he ate, he vored some random. He vored Hatsune Miku. That would be awesome. You know what? I would just fucking lose my shit if, like, one of these chapters, just one of the characters he introduces is Hatsune Miku? A man can dream. What? Who is that? Asks Jiraiya. I don't know, but she was inside Orochimaru, says Shizune. Lady Tsunade, help that girl and get her to safety fast, I say. Right, says Lady Tsunade. Lady Tsunade grabbed the girl and got her to Jiraiya and Shizune. Shizuna. Shizu. Uh, I'm not going to cut that out. Shizune! Orochimaru then started to change. His hair turned as white as a ghost, and he started getting wrinkles and an old and decrepit appearance. Whoa, he became really old, and his energy levels had decreased tremendously, and his life force is still fading, I say. Look at Orochimaru, says Jiraiya, for some reason. Like that's not even important. He's really old now, says Shizune. Really? Yes, JD has won. Orochimaru was no match for him, says Lady Tsunade. Kabuto was absolutely petrified with horror and fear. Orochimaru got up and he was enraged. You wretched monster, you've made a fool of me, says Orochimaru, and I show no remorse in doing so, I say. That's so tough. Orochimaru then tried to power up his jutsu, and suddenly, without warning, he belched up a tremendous amount of blood and died on the spot. Orochimaru's reign of terror had been silenced forever. Orochimaru's energy signal has completely disappeared. He's gone, but we still have a lot of loose ends to tie up, I say. Oh. Oof. Me, Master Jiraiya, and Shizune faced Kabuto. You're next, Kabuto, I say. Suddenly, a chakra chain appeared out of nowhere from behind them and wrapped Kabuto up and electrocuted him and incinerated him. We all see that the chain came from Naruto, who had just woke up, and he had fox ears and 9 flaming fox tails. That's so tough. Am I too late to join the party, guys? That's so tough, asks Naruto. Nope, we were just starting to finish up, I say. Then yes, it is too late, isn't it? If you were just starting to finish up, then the party has come to almost an end, right? Is that not, whatever. You look amazing, Naruto, says Lady Shizune. Oh wait, what if 15-year-old Lady Shizune is for Naruto's harem and not JD? Okay. I mean, still weird because, like, why does it matter if Naruto is already dating some woman who's definitely much older than him? But whatever. Hey, whatever. Yes, I am now a Kitsune Hanyu, and my power is now infinite. Infinite! Great! Oh yeah! I guess that's not as cool as being omnipotent. But still pretty much fucking whatever, man. Me and Kurama, the nine-tailed fox, are now one. My mom and dad's sealing jutsu was designed to merge me and Kurama. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna look it up. Kurama into one. My mom and dad believed in me, and I will always love them and keep them very close to my heart. I met my parents while I was unconscious. They sealed a small amount of their chakra into me and revealed were that they why they chose me as the Nine Tails Jinchuriki and their background stories. I'm now the proud son of Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, and Kushini Uzumaki, the Red Death. And I will always be proud of my parents too. I love my parents, and my love for Sakura Haruno is real, and I will never deny that. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, says Naruto. You are one amazing shinobi kid. Or shinobi kid? I don't know. Minato and Kushina would be proud of you. I can't read all these Japanese names super fast. Not without like a bunch of practice, I guess. Naruto let out. Nope, wait, too much. I know, Jiraiya sensei. They already are, and I have told them everything, and they understand the reasons why you weren't around, and they've forgiven you. And you too, godmother. Naruto let out tears of happiness for them and hugged them both. Beautiful. The good news is that Orochimaru and Kabuto are now gone for good, I say. Yep. Good riddance, says Shizune. We go back to the leaf, and Lady Tsunade straightened out the entire village by revealing what went down during the Uchiha clan massacre, the corruption of the civilian council, and the treachery and crimes of Danzo, Shimura, and the elders. She disbanded the civilian council and threw Danzo, Koharu, and Homarua, I don't know, into prison to await punishment. Naruto was awarded the rank of elite jonin. I was with Naruto, and we found Sakura heading for the hospital. Sakura, says Naruto. Sakura saw Naruto and she gasped. Naruto, what happened to you? Asks Sakura. I'm now an elite jonin, and me and JD were killed. Oh, here, not were. Here, killed Orochimaru and Kabuto. Says Naruto. Answers Naruto. They're gone for good, and Orochimaru's reign of terror has been silenced forever. I swear to God he said that already, but whatever. That's awesome, Naruto. I'm so happy. Congratulations on your promotion, she says Sakura. Thank you, Sakura, says Naruto. Maybe Sasuke will go back to normal. Says Sakura. That's one of the reasons we came to find you, Sakura, I say. Instead of telling you, I'll show you, says Naruto. Naruto went Kutsune Hanyu, and Sakura gasped in sheer amazement. Naruto, oh my god, he's going to repeat it all. Or not, but still, that's a lot of reading and I hate it. Naruto, you look amazing, says Sakura. I'm now a Kitsune Hanyu. Now let me show you what I know. Naruto placed his hand on Sakura's forehead, and she saw everything that Naruto did and more. She saw Naruto saving her from bullies years ago, transforming into Sasuke during the academy, and complimenting her on her forehead and looks. Hey girl, nice forehead. You must be smart. Why is there just random capitalization here? Why is the tree in transforming capitalized? Complimenting her on her forehead and looks, saving her from Gaara's rampage during the invasion, showing her that Sasuke is an evil, arrogant, heartless, cold-blooded, remorseless, pitiless monster, and how Kakashi was only focusing on Sasuke, and only Sasuke because of those butt faces on the council, including her own mother, how Sasuke could care less about Naruto, Sakura, or anyone in the village, and wanted nothing more than to see the entire world burn, and how Naruto and JD killed Orochimaru and Kabuto and ended their reign of terror for good. I'm losing my mind! In the process, a seal on the back of Sakura's neck disintegrated and vanished, and all of Sakura's correct memories came flooding back to her. Naruto took his hand off, and Sakura hugged Naruto and cried really hard into his shirt. Sakura, what's wrong? What do you mean, what's wrong? You just showed her, like, some, uncomfortable truth. I don't know. I feel like most people would be a little bit upset. I don't know. Whatever. Asks Naruto.
I remember everything. Boo-hoo. Sasuke didn't save me from bullies. It was you, and you did everything for me. Boo-hoo. Naruto, I'm so sorry I was such a jerk to you. I never should have done all those things to you. I'm so sorry, Naruto. Please forgive me, cries Sakura. Naruto's heart ached, seeing her cry. Sakura, I've already forgiven you. I know you weren't yourself, and I've been trying to help you since the academy, says Naruto. You were? Asks Sakura. Didn't you just see him do that? Whatever. Whew. Sure, because you are the smartest and most beautiful girl I know, and you have the greatest potential to become the most powerful kunoichi in the world. I love you, Sakura, says Naruto. Sakura was overjoyed to hear that. I love you too, Naruto, says Sakura. Naruto and Sakura kissed, and they were now officially boyfriend and girlfriend, and I had tears of joy for them. What's going to happen at the end of this chapter? Because, like, this is a different Naruto than the one that's watching currently. Same goes for Tsunade, right? It's a different Lady Tsunade and a different Naruto. Like, are they just casually gonna, like, okay, I'm done, and then leave? And even though, like, they had a Naruto unlock his powers and get super cool angel wings, and a Lady Tsunade get her super cool angel wings, they're just gonna go back to the, real world, I guess we'll call it. And like Lady Tsunade and Naruto will continue to not have those things, at least for a time. Whatever. Officially boyfriend and girlfriend. I cried tears of joy for them. Naruto, I'm so happy for you both, I say. All three of us went into the hospital, and our first stop was Kakashi Hatake. Lady Tsunade was there, and she healed him from Itachi's Tsukuyomi. Whoa, Lady Tsunade? Is that really you? Asks Kakashi. It sure is, Kakashi. I'm sure. You sure have grown from that little squirt I knew from all those years ago, says Lady Tsunade. But how? You look like you're a kid again, says Kakashi. I used my powers to make Lady Tsunade 35 years younger. It was my first time doing that. Sorry, I'm JD Nutson. It's a pleasure to meet you, Kakashi Hatake, I say. Oh, I'm gonna die. I shake his hand. It's a pleasure to meet you too, JD. Kakashi sees Naruto and gasps. Naruto, is that you? You look like a seasoned veteran shinobi, says Kakashi. It sure is, Kakashi sensei. I'm now an elite jonin, says Naruto. Congratulations, Naruto. I'm very proud of you, says Kakashi. Thanks, sensei. Me and JD killed Orochimaru and Kabuto, says Naruto. Kakashi was floored. You both killed Orochimaru? Technically, only JD did. Asks Kakashi. Orochimaru was totally overwhelmed by my power. He didn't stand a chance against me, I answered. JD dealt him 5 powerful attacks and brought him to his knees, and he died trying to power up his chakra. Hey, what happened to that girl who got, vomited up by him? Maybe we'll get to her. Like, nothing. Never mind. That'd be a different rant. He died trying to power up his chakra. That reminds me. How is our mysterious friend doing? Oh my god, we're just getting to her. I pick my moments, don't I? I ask. She is in a coma and she will wake up in a few days. How could you know that? That's not how comas work. It's not like people can go to like. Okay, then again, I don't know how comas work either, but it's always been my impression that like a person in a coma is just, in a coma. We don't know how long it'll last. It's not like we can test it and see like, oh yeah, I poked him with a needle and the reaction tells me that he'll be in a 5-day coma as opposed to a 5-year coma. I don't know. It's stupid. I think it's raining right now. Terrible day for rain. It's raining inside. Terrible day for rain. Where even was I? Oh, right. She'll wake up in a few days, says Lady Tsunade. That's good news, says Naruto. Kakashi sensei, I understand your reasons on why you trained Sasuke and only him. You were ordered by those butt faces on the civilian council, says Naruto to Kakashi. Yes, I was ordered to pass Lord Sasuke no matter what, and I was told by my teammate Obito Uchiha to train his legacy. I made a promise to him. I also saw a lot of myself in Sasuke, and I felt I could understand him and turn him away from his evil ways and revenge. I know what it can do and how it tears you apart, and I did not want to see Sasuke go through the same pain I did. Says Kakashi. I'm so done with all this Naruto lore that I'm gonna forget. Or God forbid, I'm gonna remember in exchange, I'm gonna forget like some important information, like how to do the Heimlich. Not that I know how to, but like this information is potentially taking up space in my brain. Space that may not be available. And oh my god, it's pouring outside. Holy crap. Okay, wow. Um, Bad omen. Anywho, I hope my power doesn't go out. If that happens, I'll take it as a sign, and I'm not gonna finish this today. Where was I? Crap. Where was I? Really don't remember. Right. Yeah. Well, first I was talking about all the Naruto lore that might be pushing out other potentially more important information from my brain. I've forgotten the name of my grandmother, but at least I know that Kakashi Sensei was manipulated by the civilian council. Whatever. I had no idea you were like Sasuke Sensei, says Sakura. I was a milder version of Sasuke, Sakura, says Kakashi. I understand your reasons, Sensei, but I don't like them. Instead of dwelling on your past, you should move on and look forward towards the future. As for Sasuke, I can understand honoring a vow to your dead teammate, and I respect that, but Sasuke is not worth it, Sensei. Let me show you. Oh, kill me. Kill me now, says Naruto. Naruto when Kitsune Hanyu and Kakashi was shocked. Naruto, you look amazing, says Kakashi. I know. I'm now a Kitsune Hanyu, Sensei. I'll explain later. Naruto put his hand on Kakashi's head, and Kakashi saw how evil and ruthless Sasuke really is, and he also saw how Naruto met his parents and how he and JD killed Kabuto and Orochimaru. Naruto let go of Kakashi. Naruto, that was unbelievable. I should have never trained Sasuke. He's a monster. I should have focused on just you and Sakura, says Kakashi. Don't blame yourself, Sensei, says Naruto. If anybody is to blame Kakashi, it's the civilian council. Their corruption has gone on long enough, and I disbanded it, says Lady Tsunade, who is a child, and I feel like somehow that just, I don't know, gives her less. I mean, sure, I imagine positions of power, at least in the Naruto world, have less to do with seniority and more to do with, actual power. So, it's still kind of goofy that, like, this 15-year-old version of Lady Tsunade is still in charge of whatever. I don't even know her job. I know she's a Hokage, I think. That's good. Now I can redeem myself, says Kakashi. Good thinking, Kakashi, I say. Yeah. As to how I became a Kitsune Hanyu, JD powered up to an incredible level, and I had lots of hindrance seals placed on me, says Naruto. My energy from my power broke them and unleashed the true Naruto. He and Kurama and the Nine-Tailed Fox merged, and Naruto became a Kitsune Hanyu. Whatever. His power is now 20,000 times stronger than Master Jiraiya's. I explain. Lady Tsunade, Shizune, Kakashi, and Sakura were floored. I swear Lady Tsunade was there. In fact, so was Shizune, but whatever. That's unbelievable. Naruto, you truly are the most unpredictable shinobi, says Sakura. Now he's a Hanyu to boot, says Shizune. That's right, Good. Paying attention. That's right, Shizune. It's good that you're all right, Sensei, says Naruto. Me too, Naruto, and I promise I will make up for my blatant show of forced favoritism, says Kakashi. Okay, see you later, Sensei, says Sakura. We go to Sasuke's room. Uh, yeah. Room next, and Lady Tsunade healed Sasuke and he woke up. We saw that his curse mark is gone. What? What happened? Asks Sasuke. Okay, I think that was lightning. I should start reading faster in case my power does go out. But what happened? Lady Tsunade healed you, I said. Your Lady Tsunade? But I thought you were much older. Oh my, like, that's it. They're gonna do it. Every single time they go into another room, everybody's gonna be like, "Wow, Lady Tsunade, well, you're so young," and then they have to explain, "Oh yeah, JD made me younger," and it just Like, sure, it makes sense that they do that. You know, it makes sense that they'd all be so confused why Lady Tsunade suddenly looks like a 15-year-old.
But it just doesn't make for good reading.
Okay. I was made young again because of JD here, says Lady Tsunade. How? Asks Sasuke. It was my first time doing it, actually, I say. Get some rest, Sasuke. You'll be out of here shortly, says Sakura. We all left the hospital and sat at Ichiraku Ramen for a quick bite, and Asuma Sarutobi was with us, whoever he is. Congratulations on your promotion, Naruto, says Tucci. Tucci? Sure, we'll say Tucci. I think it's funny to say Tucci. Thanks, Tucci, says Naruto. I'm so glad that we killed Orochimaru and Kabuto, I said. I'm glad they got what they deserved, but you two should probably lay low for a while, says Asuma. Why, Asuma? What's wrong? I ask. Anko wanted to kill Orochimaru herself, and you took that away from her, says Asuma. Uh-oh, says Naruto. Why did Anko want to kill Orochimaru? Asks Sakura. From what I remember, Anko was once Orochimaru's student years ago. When Orochimaru placed the curse mark on her, she was found and brought back to the Leaf, and was treated like an outcast because everyone thought she was the student of a traitor. She had a terrible vendetta against Orochimaru for all the things He's done. I explain, and we took that away by killing him and Kabuto. She gonna be infuriated. Oh, she mad, says Naruto. That's terrible, says Sakura. Thank you for warning us, Asuma. We'll keep our eyes on alert, I say. You're welcome, says Asuma. I've always known, I've known Anko for a while, and I can't believe she went through all that, says Ayame. That was terrible. I have a feeling Orochimaru and Kabuto are now paying for it in the netherworld for all eternity, I say. I have a feeling you're right, JD, says Sakura. 45 minutes later, after they ate their lunch and paid for it, they went back to Naruto's apartment and to talk things over. So are we actually, though, going to ignore the blue-haired lady who got barfed up by Orochimaru? Or is that, like, gonna... I mean, we got time, but, like, the mystery girl that gets barfed up feels like it should be more of a priority than going from hospital room to hospital room explaining how, oh yeah, JD made Lady Tsunade younger again. But hey, priorities are not mine to decide because it's not my awesome, super cool fanfic. It's James's. Mm-hmm. Okay, where was I? 45 minutes later. I have a bad feeling about this. I think Sasuke is gonna go rogue for the next 24 to 48 hours, I say. I have a feeling you're right, JD. They just love saying that. It's like the new thank you, JD. Me too. Why do you think he's gonna go rogue, JD? Asks Sakura. Because we killed Orochimaru and robbed him of the power of the curse mark. When Sasuke first used the curse mark's power, he was exhilarated by it. Exilar Is that how you spell exhilarated? Whatever. He wants more power in order to kill Itachi, and he will stop at nothing to get it. When Itachi put him under the... Oh my goodness, the Tsukuyomi Genjutsu, that set the events into motion that Sasuke will leave the village. Sasuke cares about no one other than himself. To him, everyone is beneath him and simply pawns in his mind. He owes no loyalty to the village or us, I explain. Yeah, and it infuriates me every time I show myself to be better than him, and I would not put it past him that he will try to kill me when I stop him on a future mission. Says Naruto. I also have a feeling that Sasuke is going to fight you down the road somewhere, says Sakura. I have a feeling you're right, Sakura. It's. I guess everyone says it. I have a feeling you're right. My guess is he's going to fight Naruto on the roof of the hospital. When he felt that his curse mark was destroyed, he must have known right away, right after we left, that Orochimaru is dead. I also have a very strong feeling that Orochimaru sent some of his followers to get him. I say. Yeah, you're right. I can sense them. They're hiding their chakra really well, says Naruto. Then how can you fucking sense them? Okay? Mr. I guess, oh, your power level is infinite or whatever, but... Oops. I also have a very strong that sense of... Yep, you're right. I can sense them. Right, yes. That's right. Talking about how they can sense them despite them hiding it really well. Let's play the Sound Ninjas game, I say. I whisper my plan to Naruto and Sakura, and we set it into motion. At the hospital, Sasuke was resting in his room and he was having thoughts about Itachi and everything he said. He also was having thoughts of pure hatred toward Naruto. I hate Naruto. As we walking down the hall, Lady Tsunade announced on the PA system about Naruto's heritage. Okay, way to dox him. Sasuke is going to be enraged about when he hears this, I say. Yeah, I can feel it, says Naruto. Me too, says Sakura. Let's go, I say. When it was finished announcing, Sasuke was enraged beyond all known imagination, and we came in. Hello, Sasuke. Getting enough rest, I ask. Why do you care? Asks Sasuke, snarling. We just wanted to check up on you, says Naruto. Yeah, like teammates should, says Sakura. I know you killed Orochimaru. He was the source of my power to kill Itachi, and you ruined my revenge. Fight me, demands Sasuke, pointing to me. You want to fight? I'll give you one. Lead the way, I say. Sasuke led me to the hospital roof. Once there, I was. Oh, that flash of lightning looked really close. I wonder if I can pick it up on my mic. Not, not unlikely, but I won't really know until I am editing this. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze too. I can feel it. Okay, maybe not. I think it's one of those sneezes that'll come back later with like sudden force and power. Yeah, it's having its seals broken right now, and it's merging with the nine-tailed fox. Anyways, you want to fight or lead the way? Sasuke led me to the hospital room. Once there, I was facing Sasuke, and he had his Sharingan active, and he had a look of furious hatred directed at me. How did you kill Orochimaru? Asks Sasuke. I punched him, and then I hit him, and then I hit him some more, and then I punched him, and maybe I kicked him. Once there, I was facing Sasuke. Oh, oops. That's none of your business. Orochimaru got what he deserved, and I show no remorse for killing him, I say. You don't deserve that kind of power. I am an elite. I deserve everything. I am Uchiha. I hate this freaking fanfiction. Says Sasuke, you're just an arrogant little punk from a clan of thieves, murderers and traitors that need to be destroyed. That needs to be destroyed completely. The Uchiha was doomed from the start, and their own greed, selfishness, hatred, and delusional ambitions led to their own demise. I say, how dare you talk about the Uchiha that way? I am your superior, and you will do as I command you, and as I command you to. Says Sasuke. I can talk about them however I please, and I don't take orders from a worthless little piece of dirt like you, I say. I will kill you, says Sasuke, enraged. Sasuke charged, and I block all his punches and dodge all of his kicks with lightning fast speed, and I punch him in the stomach with incredible force and knocked all the air out of him. Just look at you, knocked it down by one punch. One punch! You're pathetic. If your clan could see you now, they would laugh at you, I say. Growls furiously. You're dead! Sasuke jumps up and flies through hand signs. Fire style, fireball jutsu. I blow the fire away and teleport away. Sasuke saw that I had disappeared and he looked around for me. I was right behind him, standing on one of the pillars of the Hokage Tower with my arms crossed and smiling at his humiliation. Oh, that's so cool! Jeez Louise, I wish I was JD. I wish I was his friend. I wish I could wake up, kiss his ass 24 hours. I guess I'd have to 14 hours, no, 16 hours, and then sleep for 8 hours. Is that correct? Hold on. Yes, that's correct. Wait. Yes, that's correct. Because you take 2 from 16, you get 14. You add that 2 to 8, you get 10. 14 plus 10 is 24. Yeah. Okay. Quick little math session. At his humiliation. Ha! What an idiot and a total coward. I said, a total coward? Okay. Regardless of how this is, how Sasuke acted, at least in this point of the story, or if this is just like fan fiction specific, you cannot call him a coward. He straight up challenged you to a fight, without a second thought. He is fighting you. He is showing no fear, as far as I can tell. Yet, he is anything but a coward. Maybe he's an idiot. Maybe he's spiteful. Maybe he's wrathful. I don't know. He's all those things, but he's not a coward. Anywho, Sasuke saw me standing on the tower and dashed after me, screaming like a madman. I fire a psychic wave at him. Hold on. I, I read this part without. I read it in my head, not out loud. You fire a psychic wave at him, and it hit him in the mouth with incredible force and sent him flying, and he crashed into a water tower on the hospital roof, and it exploded and splashed all over the roof and drenched him. Um, so, correct me if I'm wrong, but psychic wave powers feel like they would come from like your brain and or do damage to your brain. I mean, I guess you could like fire psychic blast and have it, I don't know, hit people in the chest and it's like being punched but by his brain. Sure. But I feel like you just a little bit of not justifying. You know, clearing up, making it known that that is how the psychic powers work. Because otherwise I have to assume that there's a possibility. Oops. Anyways, I have to assume that there's a possibility that the psychic powers are actually just powers that attack the brain of a person. Whatever. Mountains out of molehills. That's what I'm doing right now. Total coward. Hit him in the mouth. Drenched him. I teleport and stand on the fence of the hospital, and Sasuke saw me. I have lightning flickering around my body. That's so cool. If this is all you're made of, Sasuke, it's pathetic. Just give up, Sasuke. You can never defeat me, Sasuke, I say. Naruto appeared by me and was standing on the fence. I'm also not the same as I was before, Sasuke. Naruto goes Kitsune Hanyu. I'm now a Kitsune Hanyu, and my powers have far surpassed yours and all of the most powerful shinobi in the world combined. Oh, that's what it's called? I go Super Angel 2. Super Angel 2? That's so tough. Super Angel 2. I have now become a Super Angel 2, and I destroyed Orochimaru with this power. He was completely powerless against me. Sasuke was completely infuriated and he was completely inferior. I won't lose to you. I will take your power even if I have to kill you both, says Sasuke, as he went through hand signs. Chidori! You stole that move from Kakashi Sensei, didn't you? I ask. Sasuke dashed toward us, and Kakashi appeared and grabbed his arm and slammed him into the wall. Nice timing, Kakashi Sensei, says Naruto. Thanks, Naruto. Sasuke, you are no longer my student. I was a fool to teach you and pass you. As of right now, you are hereby being sent back to the academy and starting over from day one, and you're no longer fit to be a shinobi, says Kakashi. You can't do this to me. I'm an Uchiha. I need my power to kill my brother, says Sasuke. You are completely out of control, Sasuke. You deserve to be punished to the full extent of the law, I say. What? I am the law. I am the law. What is that from? I am the law. Whatever. Maybe it's from Naruto. Oops. No, you are not, says Naruto. Naruto teleported to him and placed his hand on his head and stripped him of his Sharingan, chakra, and all of his jutsu. Sasuke tried to activate his Sharingan, but nothing happened. What have you done? I can't use my Sharingan. This is just so cruel. You know, it's a 3v1 against some guy with, I'm pretty sure, a tortured past. You strip him of all the things that make him unique and special and all this, yada yada. I just hate this. I can't use my Sharingan, says Sasuke. I took away your Sharingan chakra and all your jutsu and made them my own. You're now completely powerless and you don't deserve to be a shinobi, says Naruto. Sakura came out. And that means I can now do this, says Sakura. Sakura punched Sasuke in the face with incredible force and knocked out most of his teeth. I don't know what my mom was thinking when she said I should marry you, but you are a worthless little cretin and a disgrace to the leaf. If anyone's a coward, it's Sakura for waiting for him to be stripped of his powers to punch him. I hate you, Sakura. I hate all these characters. Nice shot, Sakura, I say. Thank you, says Sakura. Oh, I love all this reading. It's making me so happy. You're finished, Sasuke. The days of the Uchiha clan are finished forever. They had their chance just like you did, and you all blew it. You're now a civilian, and you will never be able to become a ninja ever again. The Anbu came and took Sasuke away. Lady Tsunade then decided to call a meeting, and the Shinobi Council decided that it was time for Sasuke to be punished for his crimes. It was time to show that it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, or what clan you are from. That
what? Whatever. That you can't do whatever you want in the village. Sasuke was to be sent to the blood prison for all eternity, and if he escapes, he will be marked as a triple S rank rogue ninja. Oh, the guy with no Sharingan, no chakra, and no jutsu is is given triple S rank rogue ninja. I mean, I'm sure he's still a threat to like a guy like me who is, as far as I can tell, not superpowered in any way. Then again, I haven't jumped off any roofs to see if I can fly. I'll try that. Um, and regardless of the outcome, the next audiobook might be delayed. Anywho, but like in a world where people can, just straight up shoot fireballs and all this crap, I don't think the guy who's been stripped of all these powers is really worthy of triple S rank. But whatever. In an international criminal with a kill on sight order. Rumors had flown around the world that the inmates of the Blood Prison hate the Uchiha clan with a terrible vengeance, and they will probably kill Sasuke when he enters the prison. Oh my god, it gets worse every time, right? It's just it's crazy to me that first chapter, the first Naruto chapter, not only didn't show any significant Sasuke hate, but even invited him to be a part of the friggin' JD gang, Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Even if he's kind of forgotten about in all these other chapters, he was still invited into the house, same as everyone else. And now, every single time that there's a Naruto chapter, it's like Sasuke's having. I hear more thunder. I definitely hear more thunder. It's like the definition of a punishment is being redefined and reinvented every time. You know, from humiliation to humiliation and beating him up to humiliation and stripping him of his powers to humiliation and sentencing him to prison, like life in prison, where people will most likely kill him in there, and the unlikely possibility that he escapes. Well, guess what? He'll be treated like the number one biggest threat in the world, Mr. No Powers guy, treated like he's Hitler. I gotta keep reading. I'm almost done. Kill when he enters prison. As everyone was gathered at the gates, they saw Sasuke being held by the Anbu. Any last words, Uchiha asks Taka. Yes, I've decided that I will not only get revenge on my brother, but the entire Leaf Village too. I will destroy everything and kill everyone, including you, JD and Naruto. I will get you, Hidden Leaf. I swear it, says Sasuke. I go Super Angel too, and Naruto goes Kitsune Hanyu. It will be a cold day in oblivion. I don't know why. He can't just say hell. It just sounds so much dumber when he says oblivion or netherworld, whatever. Before we let that happen, you buttface. Also, if you ever escape, which I highly doubt, I will look for you. I will find you and I will kill you. I swear it, I say. This is like the type of stuff that you read about and be like, I wonder if this guy's a psychopath in real life. Sasuke was taken away, never to be seen again. Sasuke was now the true demon, and everyone saw that. They didn't want him back at all. Itachi was called back and reinstated as a Leaf Shinobi. I beamed the blood prison over to the Bang Kwang maximum security prison in Thailand. When Sasuke got there, Sasuke was placed in an underwater cell and kept under 24/7 watch at all times. Hold on. You beamed it into Thailand in the Naruto universe? Or did you beam it into Thailand in your universe? And now there's straight up a good Sasuke and an evil Sasuke. Oh my god. What's the point? I'll never understand. It's like deciphering hieroglyphics at this point to understand the motivation behind all this bull crap. Sasuke was placed in an underwater cell, kept. If he ever tries to escape, he will be killed on the spot. I merged the prisons into one. I resurrected
Mikoto Uchiha, Itachi, and Sasuke's mother with a snap of my fingers. Of course he did. The girl that was in a coma woke up after Sasuke left, and her name was Makari Shijoin. It can't be right, but I'm just going to read it like that. And she was the crystal style Keke Genkai in the Rinnegan. She became one of Naruto's future wives. Oh, okay, is that all? Naruto was now merged with Naruto outside in the control room, and now he has all the skills the Naruto in the simulator knows. The simulation ended, and we all went into the kitchen for a snack. Sasuke and Itachi were reunited with their mom, and it was joyous for them. Wow! So you can give not Kakashi. You can give Sasuke moments of happiness. I mean, obviously, it's good. It's good Sasuke, not evil. Uh, uh, comic book villain Sasuke. Whatever. Sasuke and Ichigo were reunited. Joyous for them. Kushina and Mabuki had their best friend back, and the young Tsunade now lives in my mansion with us. Same from so now there's just two Tsunades. I guess it would be weird to merge them, right? I mean, sure she gets the wings, but does she also turn 15? Or maybe she just like has 15 subtracted from her whatever. The young Tsunade now lives with my mansion. Same with Makari. The end. I got the idea for Super Angel 2 from Dragon Ball Z. And the similar fight and lines I got were from Gohan's fight with Cell. I got the idea of me powering up like this from when Gohan powers up to Super Saiyan 2 at the tournament. The Blood Prison is like Alcatraz Island Prison in San Francisco, California. I've been to Alcatraz with my family when we went to San Francisco on vacation, and it was amazing and terrifying at the same time. It was awesome. Let me know what you all think. See you next time. That's one of the worst, I think. I really hated this one.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I promise I won't make this one super long. I mean, the the first chapter's already like an hour and 20 minutes long. So this one, I promise, I'll focus. I'll just read. It starts. Oh wait, I gotta. Jeez. Chapter 73. 11 Louds a Leapin'. Looks like this is gonna be a actual revamping of a Loud House episode. That's nice. It starts out with me working in my room, and I see the viewers. Okay. Oh, hello everyone. Today is December 24th, aka Christmas Eve, and I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm just putting the finishing touches on all of my gifts to Viri and my friends. Oops, that's my bad. I've been working on them since early November. This is my first my first ever Christmas here in Michigan. My grandma, aunts, and uncles and relatives are coming over from Colorado, and my dad went to go pick them all up at the airport because they can't just be here now. They guaranteed if they were here, you wouldn't really do anything with them. You just say like, "Oh yeah, they're all here," and then they'd all say one thing, and then they'd never show up again. Anyways, Marie is helping Mom with cooking the Christmas dinner, and Naruto is helping around the Loud House. I get back to work and finished my work. Perfect, everything is ready. Now to go see my friends and get ready for Christmas. I say to the viewers. I slide down a tube that leads to my room into Lincoln's room. Of course, yeah, of course. Granted, I'd probably have something sick like that if I was living in a house with my friend slash, I don't know, adopted brother. Gotta take little sips. This is not a big cup. The whole mansion and the guest houses are decorated with a whole bunch of Christmas decorations. Then zooms into Lincoln and Linka's room. Lincoln pulls on his snow pants and talks to the viewers. It's the day before Christmas. He puts an orange sweater on over his head, and there's no better time to be in the Loud House. He puts on a Charlie Brown Christmas-esque cap. I slide in and greet him. My eyes killing me. Hey, Lincoln, are you excited to have the greatest Christmas ever? I ask. I sure am, JD. I can't wait, answers Lincoln. Where's Linka? I ask. She's around. Let's go look for her, says Lincoln. Me and Lincoln exit his bedroom and pulls off Lana's scarf. Oh, right, not Laney's, who's got a whole scar thing that she's afraid of or whatever, subconscious of. Pulls off Lana's scarf, causing her to spin into the bathroom. I use the force and stop her from spinning. Great. Thanks, J. Oh, Honestly, when's the last time we got a thanks, JD? Maybe it hasn't been that long, but there's been so much uh, insane stuff recently that I haven't been able to focus on them as much. Thanks, JD. No problem, Lana. I say. Oh no, not more singing. Christmas time is totally rad. I want those gifts. Okay, Chris. Well, I still don't know the tone. Christmas time is totally rad. I want those gifts. So I want. God, kill me. Christmas time is totally rad. I want those gifts so I won't be bad is a wonderful melody. Sings Luna. Oh, come on. She stops her song and groans. I assume that's because she was spun originally, but it doesn't make sense because, JD stopped her. I thought that was pretty good, Luna. I say, oh, thank you, JD, says Luna. Having trouble with this year's Christmas song, Luna? Oh, I guess she's right. No, because it was Lana who got spun. I'm an idiot. Having trouble with this year's Christmas song, Luna? Asks Lincoln. Am I gonna have to do a lot of singing? Because this feels like it's gonna be kind of an important part. The whole Christmas song. Maybe not. Fingers crossed. Bros, I'm stuck like Santa in a chimney. Ooh, that's not bad, says Luna, inspired. She starts singing a new song. I'm stuck like Santa in a chimney. I've been good all year, so gimme, 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 gimme. Yeah, that's great. Stops yet again. Aw, rubbish, says Luna. You'll figure something out, Luna, I say. Luann pops out, dressed as a reindeer. Luna glares at her. I'll say, those lyrics make no frankincense. I think I know what that is. Something to do with the gifts that Jesus received on his birthday. Birth, I guess. Like literal birthday. You get the point. Chuckles in a Santa Claus tone? Ho ho ho, you mean? Why wouldn't you just say ho ho ho? It makes more sense to me. That's one. Oh, that's one. Clicks on a remote, resulting in a counter appearing with the number one on a Christmas tree. I laugh at Luann's pun. Good one, Luann, I say. Thanks, my 12 puns of Christmas. Oops, my 12 puns of Christmas are off to a great start. I've only got to come up with 11 myrrh. Aha. You see, these are fun. These are jokes that I can, obviously I'm not going to ha 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 laugh out loud because of them, but they're jokes. They get a little smile out of me, and there's a little bit of satisfaction in knowing in like understanding them, I mean, that's obviously not the main point of jokes. The main point is to make you laugh. But hey, understanding frankincense and myrrh, that's just kind of, satisfying. Like I said, the only reason I know about them though is because of this one Futurama Christmas song. uh, but that's not true. I do know, I heard the. I just okay. I'm getting my wires crossed between knowing what frankincense and myrrh is, the jokes that Luann is telling, and the song from Futurama, which used frankincense and myrrh in the lyrics. So it's not important. I'm getting off track. Make that 10. She clicks her remote and the counter now says 2. I laugh again and Eddie appears. Don't worry, Luann. You'll get to 12. Holy crap! Wait a minute. Let me just analyze this. Here, let me zoom in. Uh-oh. Judging by the lack of bold here, I have to actually assume that this is something that James Knutson wrote himself, and it's a genuine pun. Joke, whatever, I don't know. I still don't even know what a pun is compared to a normal joke. No, it's wordplay, kind of, whatever. The point is, this is not bad. Still, it's never gonna make me laugh, but it's on par with something I would expect. Wait a minute. Wait, this Luann one is also not bold. Of course, that could just be James Knutson being lazy. In which case, that could also go for this one. I don't know. It's just I'm being a little hopeful, but assuming that these aren't in the original episode, then I think we can officially say that JD has made an actual pun. Now all he has to do is make me laugh, like unironically. I laugh at some of his stupid shenanigans every once in a while. You'll get to 12, says Eddie. Ho ho ho, chuckles like Santa. That's 3 of our 12 puns of Christmas. Thank you for pointing that out, Eddie. Counter with the 3 appears. I laugh at Eddie's pun. Of course you do, you favorite kiss ass. Good one, Eddie. Is Christmas your favorite holiday? I ask. That's such a that's just not natural. People don't ask that. No, it isn't, JD. Christmas got bad for me because all I ever got was clothes, says Eddie. Oh, that can get pretty monotonous, can it? I ask. Hey, man, clothes are dope. Get older and you'll realize. Yep, but that doesn't matter anymore because the greatest gift I've ever got was moving here to Royal Woods and being with Luann. Aw, says Eddie. Oh, Eddie, Eddie and Luann kiss. Aw, say me, Lily and Lincoln. You two are so cute together, and I can tell you both were made for each other. Yeah, well, no, but sure, says Lily. Thanks, Lily, says Eddie. Lenny walks up the stairs wearing a red and green dress and ornament earrings. Hey, JD, Lincoln, I just made the perfect Christmas outfit, says Lenny. You look beautiful in that dress, Lenny. Where's Ed? I ask. He's in the living room helping Mom put up the decorations, says Lenny. Oh, okay, I say. Has anyone seen my plaid Christmas tablecloth? Asks Rita off screen. Lenny looks down and notices that she used the tablecloth, then shushes Lincoln, and she walks into her room. Double D is downstairs in the kitchen helping L Sr. with the Christmas dinner, says Eddie. Okay, we were just about to head downstairs anyways. Rare mention of the other two Ed brothers. Wait, are they? No, they're not brothers. No, it's just convenient. Coincidence, I mean. They're not brothers. They're definitely not brothers because, the whole Eddie finding his older brother and then finding out he was, you know, it was specifically Eddie's other brother, not all of their other. Yeah. Anyways, where was I? Where was I? Oh, right. Okay, we were just about to head downstairs anyway, I say. Oh, don't worry about buying me a gift, Bobby. Me a gift? Bobby, future hubby boo boo bear. I mean, sure, it's our very first Christmas ever, says Lori, on her phone talking to Bobby. Split screen widens to show Bobby. Lori's voice is still heard over the phone. And I'll probably remember what you give me for the rest of our lives, but no pressure, says Lori, zooming away from Bobby in the calendar section of the mall. Holding 2 calendars, he switches his phone to his other ear. This is a little weird, but I think I'm following. Ow, my back! What is that? It's like one of those painful itches. Kind of like when your hair gets caught in the fabric of your clothes. Where was I? Right. Right. No pressure, babe, says Bobby on his phone, talking to Lori. Chuckles and hangs up before falling on his knees and crying. Great. Return to the Nuts and Loud Anderson house, where Lincoln is at the bottom of the steps. He pulls out two different boots. He pulls out 2 different boots out of a pile that are each one of his sisters. Lainey is seen in the living room writing a letter, and Krista is watching her. That's so nice of Krista. Dear Santa, I've been a very good girl this year, and I think I should get. What do I want this year? Ooh, a new fashionable beret. No, wait, I already got that one. You already got that one? Like, did you have a specific one in mind that you were just hoping Santa could read your mind? I mean, granted, he's magic, I guess. But, uh, like, you could always have another. I mean, if it was recent, if you implied that somehow that it was a recent gift that you got, being a new fashionable beret, then sure. But I'm just going off of what I'm reading. I need to keep reading. Fun fact: crosses it out from the letter. Maybe a no. Got that too. Says Lainey. My foot's falling asleep. Asking for stuff from Santa must be tough, says Krista. Oh, yeah. Whew, what a workout. Yep, asked Santa for a whole TV. That one, ooh, that killed me. Was out cold the rest of the day. It sure is, Krista. I don't know what to ask for. I'm trying to think. Me and Lincoln come down the stairs, and Lainey and Krista come to us. Hey guys, can you help me? I'm writing a letter for Santa, but I can't decide what should I get this year. Says Lainey. Asks Lainey. Whatever. Relax, Lainey. I'm sure you'll think of something. Says Lincoln in bold, making me wonder who he said that to originally. Obviously, probably one of the other sisters. You've been awesome this year, Lainey. I have a feeling he will give you something good, I say. I have a feeling you're right, JD. Thank you, says Lainey. Thank you, JD. You're welcome. Is this your first ever Christmas, Krista? I ask to Krista. It sure is. What is Christmas again? Asks Krista. I'm not even gonna bother trying to figure out whether or not Krista would know what Christmas is. She's from the environmentalist movie in Australia, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Not important. It's the day we celebrate the birthday of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He was born on December 25th of the year zero. I am a very religious person and a strong follower of Jesus Christ. Oh man, he would not be happy with you. Scene transits with me standing under the cloudy night with light rays shining through the clouds, and the divine choir of angels from heaven sings as I stand with my hands in a prayer position and I have a halo over my head. Oh, wow, I can see that, says Laney. Me too, says Krista. Lincoln pulls out two different boots out of a pile that are each one of his sisters. Oops, wrong ones. He throws the boots out of the way to the viewers. To the viewers. Excuse me, this might take a while. No problem, Lincoln. I say, even though I have proven to be capable of knowing that this is like a show and that there are people watching us. Like, why did you answer him? He was clearly addressing the viewers that you are aware of as well. Whatever. Lincoln prepares to dive into the boot pile when Lola zooms in. Hey there, favorite big brother. Allow me to dive into that pile of smelly, sweaty footwear and find your winter boots for you, said Lola, appearing very innocent. She curtsies, then dives into the pile. Lincoln looks on in confusion. Lola then emerges from the pile with two brown boots. Here you are, good sir, says Lola, gasping for air. She puts Lincoln's winter boots on his feet. Two big brother boots. Boy, these are stylish. Wow, Lola, that's oddly nice of you, says Laney. Why, thank you, dear sister, says Lola. Okay, what do you want? Asks Lincoln, suspicious. To get a good haul from Santa, answers Lola with a quiet voice. Oh, I guess I should do it quiet, shouldn't I? To get a good haul from Santa, says Lola with a quiet voice and an evil grin on her face. See, contrary to popular belief, I am no angel. So, if I'm going to get on Santa's nice list, I have 1 day to undo 12 months of naughty, says Lola in her normal voice. I have an itch. Technically, you already are an angel because of your powers. That doesn't even, like, sure, she's got the wings. Hey, just have it speed run. Oh, how do we make this character good? Oh, well, give them angel wings. Now technically they're an angel, and angels are the good guys, so now they're good. That's just my soft my soft little theory of why he gives everybody angel wings, because it's much easier to just associate something with like an icon of goodness and purity than to actually show them being good. Gotta keep reading. I'm not even. Oh my god! I swear, these long chapters, I always underestimate how long they're gonna take. Technically, you already are an angel because of your powers, I say. That's true. I do have wings, and I have done some good deeds, but I want to undo all my naughty stuff, says Lola. You're wasting your time, says Lisa off screen. Wheels in a whiteboard with equations, and she comes on screen and begins pointing to sections with a candy cane. Factoring in sleigh speed, time zone changes, and reindeer bathroom breaks, it is scientifically impossible for this so-called Kris Kringle to deliver gifts to the approximately 1 billion qualifying children. As you can see, X equals no stinking way. She bites her candy cane. Actually, there's currently 1.7 billion children around the world according to the 2016 census, and the number is still growing. Well, you have to realize that she said 1 billion qualifying children, implying that she's only counting children who have been nice and deserve presents. You said you didn't clarify that you were talking about nice children. In fact, I wouldn't even know how you would, get that number whenever he, at whatever time he wrote this particular chapter, for specifically good children. So I have to assume that it's just the number of children. 2016 consensus. I guess I totally just ignored that little detail. Okay, anywho. You are correct about that. Thank you, said Lisa, because, that's an important thing to get out of the way. How Lisa, the super duper smart one, may have accidentally messed up, even though, like I just said, she was only talking about qualifying children, aka nice children. I can believe that 0.7 billion children are naughty. Children are awful. They're stinky. They're gross. A lot of them are ugly. And with brain rot slowly taking over every generation, it's only getting worse. It's only gonna get worse. Anywho, okay, are you saying there's no such thing as Santa? Asks Laney. Precisely, says Lisa. You're lucky I'm being nice right now, growls Lola. Don't listen to her, guys. Of course there is such a thing as Santa. I've always known, I say. Yeah! Hey, why not? I mean, it's hardly the most surprising thing. I know Santa! Screw it, why should I be surprised? I watched this guy kill the devil. I watched this guy transport between dimensions or whatever the hell the simulator is anymore. He's gotten super angel too, and he's got omnipotent powers. Okay, you've met Santa Claus? Asks Lainey, shocked. Yep, not to brag, but I've had an awesome event happen to me back when I was 7. I'll tell you all later. Okay, is this like actual James Knudsen lore? Because that would be hilarious to see. Like, you think he still believes? There's no way. Anywho, I'll tell you all later. Okay, says Delaney. Geo, in a Santa cap with a bell on it, rolls on screen and passes the Christmas tree. Charles is sleeping underneath, dreaming of sugar plums, and Cliff is batting at the lights on the tree. Both of them are in Christmas sweaters. The screen pans to Walt and a scarf flying to a partridge in a pear tree decoration. He lands on the branch and flirts with a fake partridge before it falls down. Ed and Lily are helping Rita with the decorations. Here, Mom, says Lily, handing Rita her purple stocking. Goated color, by the way, purple. Like one of the best. Top 3 colors. Top 1 color. Let's be real. Alright? Purple is the best color. I'll take a second place maybe. If you think there's a single color that could possibly overtake it. Alright? You're joking yourself if you think it's like orange or yellow. Red's nice, and blue's also nice, but I don't know, man. I'm just saying, purple's the best color. You know how I said I was gonna try and, make this one quick and not get off track? Yeah, I'm talking about colors right now. Thank you, sweetie, says Rita, nailing her purple stocking for Lily to the wall. Right. I guess I was assuming it was Rita's purple stocking. Anyways, for Lily to the wall, at a distance from the fireplace where the other loud stockings are hung, and next to a pink one for Lola. You know what I want for Christmas? A bigger fireplace, says Rita. I think I can arrange that, Miss Rita. Stand back. Oh, kill me. Just kill me. Don't do it. Don't do your little... I see it. Your little incantation. Oh my god, it is an incantation! I didn't even... Rita stands back and I chant an incantation. Lecaria nex mortem rilium? I can't believe it. Small little... I don't know, small things. I fire a rainbow stream, and the fireplace grew to the size of a mansion grand fireplace. It was the same size as my grand fireplace in the main living room of my mansion. You'd think, right? In the process of making everything about the loud house bigger, everyone's rooms bigger, etc., you'd give them a little bit bigger fireplace. But we would have been robbed of this awesome moment of JD using his powers for good. It's the same size as my... Thank you, JD. This is incredible. It's absolutely breathtaking, says Rita. You're welcome, Miss Rita. This is a beautiful fireplace. I'm also not going to bother with, like, because it's magic, isn't it? So I'm not going to bother being all like, oh, well, how would that affect, like, the structural stability of the house? Who cares? Because firstly, I don't know anything about that. And secondly, it's magic. He's omnipotent. He knows Santa. This is a beautiful fireplace. It's an exact replica of my grand fireplace in my dad's study. I thought it was in the main living room. I guess he just said it was the same size, and this one's a replica. It's stupid. It's amazing, says Rita. What's that, Mom? I can hardly hear you, says Luann, popping up holding a holly berry. I guess that's supposed to be hardly hear you, and that one's actually just not that great. Chuckles and clicks her remote. That's 4. The counter says 4. Oh! Me and Ed laugh. Ha 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 ha. Good one, Luann, I say. Funny, says Ed. Very funny, says Lily. Lily, are you? Luann picks up her yellow stocking. Stalking me? Ah. You see, good puns, aren't just clever little wordplay. It's also, in the moment, right? If Lily was actually stalking Luann in this moment, it'd be extra funny. Probably not funny enough for me to laugh, but still. Just my 2 cents. Off screen. What? Oh, off screen after the screen pans to Lincoln. Chuckles and clicks her remote. That's 5. Counter says 5. Lainey walks over, still deciding her gift, and Krista is flying by her. Maybe I can get a new canvas. Says Lainey. I feel like a new canvas isn't really that great of a gift, seeing as you're the resident painter in the family. I feel like your family, specifically your parents, should be actively buying you a canvas every once in a while. Whenever you need a new one, right? Because like asking for a new canvas, one new canvas for Christmas, like it better be a big canvas, and it better you better decide to paint something so complex that it takes you all year to fill it out, or at least until your birthday, where I guess you could ask for another. Anyways, Lainey joins up with me and Lincoln, and they turn around a corner and find Lynn lifting a dresser and Lucy looking underneath. See anything? Asks Lynn. Nope, says Lucy. Lynn puts the dresser down and winds her arm. Are you looking for gifts too? Asks Lainey. Looks like it. What do you mean two? What? Two? Nobody else is looking for gifts. These are the first people we've seen looking for gifts. Looks like it, I say. Mom and Dad's gifts specifically. Wait, oh, Lincoln is? Whatever. I don't, I can't bother. All right, I gotta just read. Mom and Dad's gifts specifically. Have you checked Dad's underwear drawer? Asks Lincoln, whispering. Have we checked Dad's underwear drawer? Asks Lynn, sarcastically walking away. Whatever. Lincoln, please. This is not our first rodeo, says Lucy. Right. Okay. Right. Sarcastically. Right. Because. All right. Yeah. Whatever. Not important. Gotta keep reading. I can tell you want gifts from your mom and dad, Lynn and Lucy. Can you? Oh. Oh. JD. Oh. The clairvoyant over here. He can tell that they want gifts from their mom and dad. Is that not what we just read was happening? Why? I mean, it's a small, small little crumbs compared to the whole great expanse of this awful fanfic, but this one line, if it was taken out, would make my day. Yep, says Lynn. At least you guys don't have trouble finding gifts, says Lainey, smelling something from the kitchen. What's that smell? She asks. It smells delicious. Oh, wait. It smells delicious, I say. Me, Lincoln, and Lainey walk into the kitchen wondering what the smell was. We see Lynn Sr., Anastasia, Gabriella, Double D, and Linka cooking in the kitchen. Dashing the stove. Oh, dashing the stove. I assume it's supposed to be like Christmas Carol. That's what I was thinking of. Dashing the stove sings Lynn Sr. Stops singing. Hey kids. Hey JD, kids. You're just in time to try the crown jewel of old Dad's Christmas Eve feast. He opens the pot and smoke comes out all over the kitchen. The figgy pudding. I've heard a lot about figgy pudding and I still have no idea what it is. Says Lynn Sr. The smoke. I said that. I said I don't know what figgy pudding is. And I was just finishing up the fact that I needed to say Lynn. It's unimportant. People can understand that. And if they don't, well, too bad. I'm not rereading any of this. Smoke comes through the window. It looks delicious, Mr. It looks delicious, Mr. Lynn, but I want to wait until dinner, I say. And ruin the surprise at dinner? I don't think so. What? Ha ha ha. I don't Wait, who is Lincoln saying that to? Is he saying that to JD or his dad? Who I'm assuming. Yeah, yeah, okay. Probably his dad, right? They're both saying it to his dad. Okay. Focus, focus, focus. It's getting harder to read, and I think my eyes are being worn down, falling apart. My brain is slowly collapsing in on itself. Okay, where was I? Better than wait. Right. Ha ha ha. And ruin the surprise at dinner? I don't think so, says Lincoln. I think it may be a bit. Lincoln covers her mouth. Lincoln covers her mouth? Oh, better than last year, says Lincoln, nervously grinning. He's very emotional when it comes to Christmas cooking, whispers Lincoln to Laney. Oh, sorry, whispers Laney back. Here, guys, try my Blintzes Romanov's recipe. Blintzes Romanov recipe. So Anastasia comes over with a plate of Blintzes filled with cream cheese and jelly. Oh, I haven't had Blintzes in a while. I tried one and it was delicious. Vikusno, I say. Spasibo, says Anastasia. Oh, just shut up, man. Like I doubt you know a damn thing about Russian. Then again, how should I know? I don't know. I don't. But the single words is like how I would say absolute Splitterfassernacht because I took 2 years of German in high school. Like I know that single word. I can't possibly put it into a sent. Well, maybe I can. Ich bin absolut Splitternachterfast. Or Splitternachtfast? Fest? Whatever. If you know what absolute Splitternachterfast is, be my guest and tell me. But yeah, we'll leave it. It'll be a little game. Even I don't know how I learned about that word. I don't. Pause haluista. Pause haluista, I say. I don't know you learned how to speak Russian, JD, says Linka. Johan has been teaching me how to speak Russian. It's a hard language, but he is a great language teacher. Or not Johan, Johan. At least I assume it's Johan. I can't believe it. I'm making an I can believe it. My bad. I'm making an India Allahabadi cake. It's an Indian Christmas rum fruit cake. Isn't fruitcake just widely considered awful? Varia taught me how to make India food of different holidays, says Linka. That looks really tasty, Linka, says Lincoln. Linka also has a big pot by her. I'm also making Louisiana shrimp and crayfish gumbo. Interesting combo, says Linka. Oh boy, I love Louisiana food, says Laney. Oops, shouldn't do that because it could probably be picked up. Oh boy, I love Louisiana food, says Laney. Linka takes a spoon and dips it in the pot and hands it to Laney. Try some, says Linka. Oh, who wants to bet it's actually really, really good? Laney slurps and licks her lips and loves it. Loves it. Yummy, spicy, and delicious, says Laney. God, just skewer me. Take a scimitar and gore me. Thank you, Laney. I want to be a chef like Dad, and he's been teaching me. You know how weird it must be for like this uh alternate dimension version of your son who's actually a girl and thus is technically your daughter. Just how weird it is to have her be there and call you dad and all this. Just completely abandoning, seemingly without any concern or care in the world, just abandoning her old family. I mean, obviously, it was all made out to be that her old family was awful, but still, must be weird. I want to be a chef like Dad, and he's been teaching me, so I wanted to help him out, help him with our dinner, says Linka. That's awesome, I say. I see Naruto cooking a big pot of ramen, and Tuichi and Ayame are with him. Hey, little brother, still weird. Tuichi, Ayame? Hey, JD, says Naruto. Hey, JD, Naruto called us over to cook dinner for you all, says Tuichi. We were honored to help out, says Ayame. Well, you better, says JD's like some superhero that you owe your life to, I bet. Not that I remember. I can see that. We have an international flair going on this year, don't we? Quick little. It's not that big a deal, but is Louisiana shrimp and crayfish gumbo a Christmas dish? I mean, it's not that big a deal if it isn't, you know? It's not like anybody's gonna get mad at you for not eating a Christmas dish on Christmas. I certainly wouldn't care. But, just food for thought, I guess. Food? Ha ha ha. They're cooking. Ha ha ha. Where was I? We've got a real international flair going on this year, don't we? I ask, we sure do, and I think it's wonderful to share different foods for Christmas dinner, says Double D. It sure is, Double D, says Lynn Sr. A teapot starts whistling, and Gabriella takes the teapot off and pours a couple of cups of tea. She brings one over to me. I hate tea. I hate tea. British accent? Ah, kill me. Here, JD, it's Darjeeling tea. Darjeeling tea. Never heard of it? Says Gabriella in a British accent, which I didn't even bother to do. How would I do it? No, never mind. You know what? I got some dignity left. Ooh, very strong British tea. I haven't had this in a while. It's so weird, right? Because there's a very real possibility that he has had Darjeeling tea before, and he has had, what is it? Blintsies before. But there's an equally likely possibility that he has never had these, and he's just saying, oh, I haven't had this before. I haven't had this in a long time because he thinks it makes him look cooler. I mean, it's not important. I know that. And like I said, there's a very real chance that he has had Blintsies and he has had Darjeeling tea. But it's just strange. I guess maybe it's him. I guess if he has had it, it would make sense that he's including it, right? Because it's dishes that he knows. So of course he would include stuff that he knows. So that would make sense. But in a world where he like just searched up all these different recipes and specifically this type of tea, and then just decided to have his character already have had tried it just to make him seem cooler for some strange reason. I don't know. It seems like a possibility to me, but it's not. It's probably not the case. Uh, I just kind of wanted to bring it up because I am good at wasting time, I suppose. Haven't had this in a while. I extend my pinky. Okay, and take a sip, and it was good. Good tea, Gabriella. Jolly, jolly good, says I say in a British accent. Thank you, JD, darling. Oh, don't British people don't say that, man. Says Gabriella. Everyone is loving Christmas, huh? Asks Lynn Senior. You said it, Lynn Senior. I say. Look at Dad getting figgy with it. Says Luann, and chuckling and clicking her remote. Number 6. Counter says 6. Good one, I say. I love the 12 puns of Christmas. Luann, you want to try my pudding? Asks Lynn Sr. Sorry, Dad. Oh my God. You'll have to ask someone else. Get it? You'll? That's 7, says Luann. We just slay ourselves. Ooh, 8, says Eddie. Luann clicks her remote twice. The counter goes to 7 and 8 as we laugh. Okay. Hold on. Um, you know how it was all like, oh wow, JD actually wrote a joke. Yay! It's I'm starting to think maybe he didn't write the joke. And maybe he just kind of, well, I mean, maybe he did write the joke, but maybe it was only because this joke, which is actually in bold, actually happened in the show, and he was just like, oh, screw it, I'm just gonna copy this for some reason. Even like, why did he do that? Because he needed Eddie to say a joke? How about you do like a little bit of heavy lifting, mental heavy lifting, and have him come up with a different joke? All right? Because using Yule twice, I mean, sure, slightly different context, but well, no, not really. It was used the exact same. I mean, there's only one other way you could use Yule, right? You can either use it normally, or you can make it into a pun because it sounds like you will. The Yule, you will, whatever. You know, freaking screw me for getting my hopes up. Now I'm confused about the second one though. The sleigh one? Because Lynn Senior responds to it in bold, which implies that he said it in the original episode. But Eddie was the one who said it, but it wasn't bold. So that one is confusing me. Maybe he replaced Slay. Maybe it used to be Yule instead of Slay. What Lin Senior said, because I know he makes small changes here and there, even in the bold text. Like because why would he make it not bold just because the character is addressing everyone and JD, who obviously wasn't in the original. So it's possible that he just changed one word to another. I don't know. I can't trust it now. I genuinely, because this one we just slay ourselves. I don't trust it. Maybe it was original. Maybe it isn't. Or maybe later on we'll see another pun that uses slay, and I'll be all like, "Oh well, go figure." If it is original, it's probably the worst one so far, though. Frankincense, myrrh, and Yule so far. Those have all been good. Stalking, that was okay. I guess that one wasn't great either. Let's not focus on this. Slay! Exclaims Lin Senior. Me, Naruto, Eddie, Anastasia, Linka, and Gabriella laugh. That was funny, I say. Yep, everyone's here. Everyone around here is full of Christmas cheer, says Lincoln to the viewers. Louds, what's that awful stench? Asks Mr. Grouse from down the street. Well, everyone except for our crabby old neighbor, Mr. Grouse. He really lives up to his name, especially around Christmas. Got an itchy nose, says Lincoln. Your former next door neighbor? I ask. Yep, he is a crabby every time. He is crabby every time, says Lincoln. Don't say that, guys. No one can be that grouchy during the holidays, says Laney. Louds! Turn down that annoying music. Louds! Shut off all those horrible lights. Commands Mr. Grouse. I hope he gets beat up instead of reformed. I mean, I'm pretty sure, right? They're gonna be all like, "Oh, we gotta show him, a real Scrooge, Scrooge scenario where they have to show him the meaning of Christmas, and then he becomes happy and loves Christmas now." And obviously, I assume that's the course that this is gonna go. But in another chapter, in an original chapter, quote unquote original chapter, where this character shows up, he wouldn't be redeemed. No, he'd be like, "Oh, you're going to be beaten up and or killed by JD and his goons because you don't have Christmas cheer." And that's awful. And then they're gonna make him be all like, "Oh yeah, well I'd rather kill you than celebrate Christmas," to try and make it seem more justifiable. But just in another world, Mr. Gross would be subject to a beatdown. Anywho, you were saying, asks Lincoln. What is wrong with your neighbor? Asks Krista to Laney. I don't really know, Krista. I think he just doesn't like us for some reason, answers Laney. Sheesh! Lincoln walks outside. Well, I'm not going to let Mr. Grouse take away our Christmas cheer. We've got a week off school, 10 inches of fresh snow, and this guy, uh, says Lincoln, referring to a snow sled, the fearsome Flyer 8000, or as I affectionately call him, Big Red. Right on, and me neither. Okay. I say, yep, we've been waiting all winter for the perfect sledding conditions, so if you'll excuse us. Lincoln runs off shouting, but suddenly gets caught in a net. Lincoln! I exclaim, I yell. Woohoo! My reindeer net worked! Sorry, Lincoln, I'm just getting ready for tonight, says Lana, getting her brother out of the net. I'm gonna catch one to keep as a pet, says Lana. I hope you succeed, Lana. I say. Car tires screech and then crashes and the horn blares. Woohoo! My reindeer pit worked. Don't worry, buddy. I got a winch, says Lana, running off to the car with her winch. Later, Lainey is seen once again in the living room trying to write her letter to Santa. Maybe I should try for a more chill approach. Hey, Santa, what's up? How's the wife doing? Oh. She crumples up the paper and throws it away. That'll never work. Just then, Lynn and Lucy come in. We need the sofa, says Lucy. Lynn picks Laney up and sets her away from the sofa. Lynn and Lucy begin to look under the cushions. Lynn lifts the couch to see if there's any presents under it. No presents for us under here, says Lucy. Still trying to find Mom and Dad's presents, huh? Asks Laney. Yeah, answers Lynn, dropping the sofa, and we still can't find anything. We could look in the basement, How do you feel about lifting up the water heater? Asks Lucy. Let's do this, says Lynn, tightening her belt. Lynn and Lucy leave as Varie comes in and sits by Lainey. Hey, Lainey, says Varie. Oh, hey, Varie, did you just finish helping JD's parents with the Christmas dinner? Asks Lainey. Yep, they're still working on it, but Sakura, Hanada, and Fu decided to take over for me. You writing a Christmas letter to Santa? Asks Varie. Yep, but it's so hard. I don't even know what I want. Socks, man. I could use socks right now, actually. Don't even know what I want. I know it's tough, but you'll think of something, says Free. And is that the end of the interaction? No, wait, hold on. I can't be too. Lori pops up as the Waltz of the Sugar Plum Fairy plays. She tiptoes to the row of stockings and makes a yellow and red present out of her mother's pink stocking. Okay. She sniffs it and sighs in satisfaction. Lainey grows suspicious. Lori, what are you doing with that present? Asks Lainey. Uh, Lori hides the present behind her back. Nothing. Says Lainey, slowly walking away. I don't think Mom will mind if I just peel back the corner a little, says Lori, tugging on the ribbon of her stocking. I don't know. Hold it! Exclaims Luann off screen. Camera pans to show her. You are mistletoe busted. Lori's eyes narrow as Luann chuckles and clicks her remote. That's 9. The counter reads 9. Marie laughs at Luann's pun. Of course she does. It's a good bite. It's hilarious. You know, I mean, I guess if she's gonna laugh at any of the puns, it's gonna be the original, the source material puns, and not the JD originals. Haha. Aha! I knew it. You're trying to get an early start on presents again, aren't you? Asks Laney. High-pitched sigh. I can't help it. The sound of the paper tearing, the smell of the tape, that moment when you stick the bow in your hair. She tackles Luann. Give me that. Laney pulls her back. Heel, says Laney. You gotta kick this habit, Lori. We don't want a repeat of last year, says Luann. Does this always happen a lot with Lori? Shouldn't you guys know? Like, you guys have definitely been here. You guys have definitely known and interacted for, I guess, okay, they've definitely had multiple winters together. I guess this is the first, unless, I mean, if memory serves, this is the first Christmas they've had all together. The first Christmas chapter, anyways. But, considering JD's propensity to literally live at the Loud House, even before it was, part of his estate, it wouldn't surprise me if he was there for the last Christmas. Which, yeah, they even say repeat of last year, which JD almost certainly would have been a part. But I can't know for certain, can I? Okay. This has happened a lot with Lori, asks Furry. Lori is very impatient when Christmas comes around, answers Laney. Lori's eyes widen as a flashback to the previous Christmas starts. Tearing sounds are heard as the loud siblings, sans Lori, look on. The view changes to show Lori, rocking in an unwrapped box with several bows in her hair. Many unwrapped presents are in the background. Ha 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 ha! You guys got some great stuff. I guess that's probably not how she would have laughed. Whatever, says flashback Lori. Flashback ends. I wanted to unwrap that present. You spoiled the surprise. Oh, it's right. Okay, I get it. I wanted to unwrap that present. You spoiled the surprise. Says Lainey. You're right, Luann. I gotta fight this. Says Lori. Well, there's no time like the present. Chuckles and presses her remote. That's 10. Counter reads 10. Veri laughs at Luann's pun. Of course she does. That was funny, Luann. Oh, great. Says Veri. Lori returns the present to her mother's stocking. I can be strong. I will not open another gift until Christmas morning. Says Lori. That's the spirit, Lori. Besides, how hard can it be? Asks Laney. The doorbell rings. Lori opens the door. Delivery for Miss Lori Loud, says a short delivery man, stuffing a giant green and red present through the door. Lori, to Lori. Open immediately, says Lori. Uh, reads Lori. I guess reads Lori. Lori reads the tag? How would I? I guess I should have just, before I even started saying Lori's part here, I should have said, Lori reads the tag. To Lori, open immediately. She stops and groans. Ugh, universe, you're literally testing me. The short delivery man walks away, but yells as a crash is heard. Letters fly off and Lana comes around. Woohoo! Lana runs over to see the short delivery man in a metal cage. My reindeer cage works. Lori is now pushing her big present inside. I'm gonna go see what JD and Lincoln are doing, says Laney for some friggin' reason. She walks over to the front door, puts on her coat, and heads outside. I'll come with you, says Marie. Outside, me and Lincoln are having fun in the snow, doing some sledding, snowball fights, building igloos, and grinding on ice rails made by Lily. Or you. Don't act like you can't. In fact, I know for a fact you can. Even if you haven't shown it, I know you can. Laney and Marie arrive and decide to join the fun. Louds, stop splashing snow on me, says Mr. Grouse. Sorry, Mr. Grouse, I say. Sorry's not good enough sometimes. Wow, that's deep. Whoa, says Mr. Grouse. I walk over to Mr. Grouse's house to speak to him. Oh, kill me. Just kill me. Mr. Grouse, why do you hate the Louds so much? We haven't done anything to you, I say defensively. You wouldn't understand, JD, says Mr. Grouse. Why would I not understand? Wait a minute, you have a big family like we all do, and you seeing us reminds you of them? Of them? I ask somehow? Lucky guess. Yes, that's right, answers Mr. Grouse. Oh no, says Laney. Is that all true, Mr. Grouse? Asks Lincoln. Yes, Lincoln, it is, says Mr. Grouse. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I say. Just leave me alone! Exclaims Mr. Grouse. Come on, guys. Okay, that's talk about a 180. It went from him being all, oh, stop playing in the snow, to him talking calmly, and now he's straight back to yelling. It's just beautiful, beautiful. James Nutson should be the next author of the Bible. I don't even know what I mean by that. Come on, guys, I say, back at the Nuts and Loud Anderson house. Why is it called the Nuts and Loud Anderson house? I thought it was the Nuts and Loud Anderson state. I mean, estate. And, like, they all have their own kind of building that, like, maybe are connected, kind of. They've got guest houses, I know that. Whatever. Um, where was I? Back at the Nuts and Loud Anderson house, everything was hectic. Lenny comes down the stairs in a white dress made of tinsel. Hey guys, forget what I was wearing before. This is the perfect Christmas outfit. Has anyone seen my tinsel? Asks Vita from the dining room. Lenny shushes Lori and Luann. Oh, I'm gonna tell, says Luann. No, 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 says Lenny. Luann pulls on the ribbon of Lenny's dress. Just ribbon, ya. Luann chuckles as Lenny sighs and presses her remote. That's 11, one more to go. Counter says 11. You can do it, Luann, says Eddie. Lola has approached her mother in the dining room. That's weird. I don't even know why I yawned. Lola approached her mother in the dining room. Oh, Mother, you've done so much to make this glorious holiday perfect. Allow me to look for the tinsel and after I find it, I'll rub you your tired, aching tootsies, says Lola, feigning kindness. Thank you, Lola. That's very nice of you, says Rita, pulling paper dolls out of a box. Lola gasps, and faces skyward, shaking her fist. Did you hear that, Santa? She said, nice. Lisa walks in the background with her candy cane, speaking in a sing-song tune. Wasting your time, says Lisa. Control yourself, Lola. She's not worth it, Lola says to herself. Oh, not the singing. Merry Christmas, honey. If you don't have a gift, I will gladly take your money. I wrote it down on my Christmas list. If I don't get my prezzies, I'm gonna get. Luna gets cut off by Mr. Grouse while strumming and singing. Louds, knock off that racket, says Mr. Grouse, leaving his house. Act 2. I didn't even. What? Was there an Act 1? I guess it's implied because I definitely don't see Act 1 anywhere. Act 2, Act 2. There we are. Inside the loud house, Lola is vacuuming and dusting. Luann is making a popcorn string, Lisa is still reading her book, and Lucy is contacting spirits as whatever, as Lynn watches on with hope. Oh, ghost of Christmas past, reveal to us where the presents are hidden, says Lucy. What'd he say? What'd he say? Asks Lynn anxiously. You two definitely have the Christmas spirit, chuckles Luann and presses her remote. Yes, that's 12. We did it. The counter now reads 12. All right, Luann. Eddie and Luann kiss. Awesome. Cliff avoids a bear trap Lana laid out. I can't take it any longer. Must open, says Lori, stir crazy as she rushes toward her present. Lana lassos her with the lights. Whoa, girl. She drags her back. Guys, can you chill? I'm trying to write and I'm down to the wire. Oh, right. 'Cause I thought she was talking about like writing her Christmas letter, but that's Lainey's thing. Anyways, can you chill? I'm trying to write and I'm down to the wire. Ooh, maybe that's it, she says, inspired, as she starts playing and singing. Down to the wire, Santa's on fire. Ugh, I'm never gonna get this. Me, Free, Lincoln, Laney, and Lily come inside. Guys! Exclaims Lincoln. Little does he know that a lot has been happening since he was outside upon seeing the insanity. Enter Lenny with yet another new Christmas outfit. Okay, forget that old rag I was wearing before. This is the perfect Christmas outfit, she says. Oh, my back. I need better posture for reading. Reading posture. What happened to the stockings? Seriously, why does everything keep disappearing? Asks Rita, noticing something amiss by the chimney. Lenny shushes everyone again. Guys! Yells Lincoln. He still can't get their attention, and Lily pops out of one of the stockings on Lenny's outfit. Okay, you see, in the original, in the original episode, that would make sense, cause Lily's a baby. But now Lily's a 10-year-old superhero lady girl with water powers, and I don't think she could fit in a stocking. I mean, I certainly couldn't. I guess it could be a big stocking. Whatever. It's just, a small change, and then there'd be nothing to be mad about. Enter their dad with the figgy pudding. Hey, 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 I need a taste tester for my figgy pudding, says Lynn Sr. I'll do it, Dad. Your figgy pudding is always the highlight of my Christmas, says Lola, looking skyward desperately. You seeing this, right, Santa? Truly pathetic, says Lisa, almost done with her candy cane. Her dad feeds Lola some of the pudding. Figgy, says Lola, chewing it forcefully. Guys, would you just stop and listen to us for a second? I could have read that better. I could have read a lot of this better. I could not read this, and that would be better. That would be best. Anyways, yells Lincoln. The girls stop and notice their brothers, sisters, and friends. Best friends, actually. We were just in Mr. Grouse's house? You were in Mr. Grouse's house. Whatever. Uh, says Lincoln. The girls start complaining about their neighbor. That big meanie? Asks Lola. He dresses like horribly, says Lenny. He's literally awful, says Lori. Guys, please, he's not that bad, says Laney. Well, he is, but now we think we know why, says Lincoln. Here's what we learned, says Lily. Says Lily! Says Lily! Who I'm just now realizing was outside playing with the other, Lincoln and JD and whoever else, but somehow also managed to show up for the little popping out of Lenny's stocking dress gag. Unless, she entered and then instantly ran over to her sister Lenny and got into one of the stockings for some strange whatever. Here's what we learned. Cut to the exterior shot of the house as time passes, and back inside with Lincoln finishing explaining to everyone why Mr. Grouse is the way he is. Time passes? It took you guys like 5 little seconds of dialogue to figure it out. You could have just said, "Oh, our family reminds him of his family, and that makes him sad." Boom, one sentence, done. But no, no, no. Ooh, we gotta have a whole little exterior shot. Time's passing. Woo, woo. And then he told us to leave, says Lincoln. His sister's heartstrings at are tugged at upon hearing this. That is literally sad, says Lori, on the verge of tears. I can't believe he has a big family too, says Lana, drowned, downtrodden. And he can't be with them? That's awful, says Luann, heartbroken. I had no idea he has a big family either, says Eddie. I'm not crying. I just got oof, like a burp caught in my throat. I had no idea he has a big family either, says Eddie. That is sad. I had no idea, says Gabriella. Me neither, says Linka. I don't think any of us knew about this, says Double D. Maybe start with that one, and then we don't have to see everybody say, "Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know." Seeing all of us together just must make him miss them even more, says Lenny. I know, says Shannon, who I don't think has done anything important in like forever. That's sad, guys, says Ed. Usually I'm impervious to human emotions, but Lisa bursts into tears and sobs over the news. Lainey comforts her. No wonder he's such a grumpy butt this time of year, says Lola, remorseful. Ow. How did we not notice this? Asks the Wan. Lori pushes her present aside. Maybe because we've been so caught up in the hustle and bustle of the holidays. I mean, also, like, how would you notice? Right? I mean, as far as you can tell, he's just angry all the time, unless you want to peer into his windows and see, oh, he's sad. He's sad in there. So then you ask why, and then that's how you figure it out. Who cares? Um, where was I? The hustle and bustle of the holidays, says Laurie. Yeah, we were so worried about what we were doing, says Lynn. Lucy blows out her candles. When we should have been worried about what we were giving. Aww. And isn't that what Christmas is all about? Asks Lola. Exactly. Someone needs to show him that you need presents to have a holiday, says Lainey. You don't. What? I mean, that seems a little against, the spirit of Christmas. Like, don't get me wrong. Christmas without presents is not Christmas. But, I feel like plenty of Christmas movies are all like, oh, it's not about the presents, it's about family or something like that. What was I? Presents have a holiday. Luna gasps with inspiration. Dudes, that's it. No wonder I couldn't nail my song. I have been going about it all wrong. She goes upstairs to write it. We need to do something for Mr. Grouse, says Lincoln. I agree, I say. All in favor? Asks Laney. Yeah, say the sisters. Let's do it, says Lily, who was one of the sisters. I don't think she needed to say that, but what can we do? Asks Lori. I have a plan, says Lincoln, huddling up with them. Okay, the first thing we do is we first thing we do after the plan was revealed, I run to my mom and dad, my aunt Mickey, weird name, Aunt Cheryl, Uncle Tony, Aunt Ginger, Grandma Mamie, cousins Sierra, I assume, Lauren and Nick, and tell them everything. I tell Riley and her parents, the Teen Titans, Jessie, Eileen, and her family, the Casagrandes, the Santiagos, Woody. There is not a comma between Santiago's and Woody, so I guess it's actually the Casagrandes and Santiago's Woody. I guess he's a special variant. He's a shiny, as well as everyone in the Leaf. Yeah, woo! Let's get Naruto in on this. More than he already is. Um, Everyone in the Leaf are planning. We got ready. And how weird it must be to to be related to this guy and have him, and potentially know about his fanfic where he pretends to be some young kid. I doubt he's changed the ages of any of his you know family members, relatives. So just kind of it's weird. I can't even. I can't wrap my head around it. Later that night, Mr. Grouse is getting some sleep in his lounger until a mysterious sound wakes him up. Ooh, say voices. Huh? Who? What? Can't get a moment's peace, says Mr. Grouse, waking up. He turns on the light and goes outside to see something that surprises him. Oh, I was doing ooh, like, oh God, no! It's a freaking Christmas Carol. This is cruel. Oh, jeez. Okay, it's not like I for some reason I thought they were gonna do like Spirits of Christmas, and they were doing like an ooh ghost type sound, but it's probably just ooh ooh like harmoniously, harmologically, harmonic, harmonic, whatever. Mm-mm-mm. The Nuts and Loud Andersons, McBrides, Leaf Shinobi, the Eds and Sarah, the Teen Titans, the Santiagos and Casagrandes, and everyone are all caroling in front of his house. Ooh, sing, I guess? Carol, everyone? Okay, so I went ahead and watched the original episode so that I could, you know, understand how to sing it. Because, like um, the flow of music doesn't translate very well over to writing. So, if I'm going to embarrass myself singing this, I may as well sing it correctly. I also thought maybe I would find the music and put it behind me singing it, but well, firstly, I'm not sure I could find just like the music from this very specific song, but also I don't want to because I've told myself and I've made it clear, at least, you know, in the first, back when this was like hypothetical, and I was like, oh, if I get this many likes and subscribes, then I'll do it. Back during that time, I was all like, don't expect it to be very well edited. It has cuts and that's it. And it's got a little like and subscribe animatic, and that's it. Because it's a wholly unpleasant experience reading this fanfic. And I don't exactly hate editing videos, but it's work at the end of the day that I'm putting onto something that is not fun to do, and I just like to avoid that. Anyways, I'm waffling too much, so I'll just go for it. I'll start with the ooh, the everyone ooh. Ooh. I've already forgotten that part though. Sings everyone, carols everyone. I used to think that Christmas was about the wish list filled with stuff I never really needed anyway. Roy presses a button and lights up Mr. Grouse's house and yard with decorations. But as long as we're together, it's a holiday. Everyone joins in as Luna starts strumming her guitar. It's not what you get, it's what you give. We've got the spirit clear and loud. Ditch the list, hug who you're with, 'cause that's what Christmas is all about. It's what you give, not what you get. We've got the hard part figured out. This year will be the best one yet, 'cause that's what Christmas is all about. Merry Christmas from the Louds. Ho! Mr. Grouse is still standing, surprised from their caroling. Merry Christmas, Mr. Grouse, says Lincoln. We all heard about what went down, says Tara. So we all chipped in and got you something, says Lana. Lincoln gives him a present and Mr. Grouse opens it. It's a bus ticket, says Lynn, so you can go see your family for Christmas tomorrow, says Luan. Says Luan? Dude, what? Luan? Oh man, I'm losing it. And since you can't be with them tonight, we're bringing our family to you, says Rita. How about it, neighbor? Asks Lynn Sr. How about it, friend? I repeat unnecessarily. Everyone huddles together and smiles. Everyone! Yells Mr. Grouse sternly. You've made this the best Christmas ever. Thank you. I'd say you all landed permanent spots on Santa's nice list, says Mr. Grouse thankfully. Even me? Asks Lola joyfully. Even you, says Mr. Grouse. Think nothing of it, Mr. Grouse, I say. Lola runs up and hugs Mr. Grouse's leg. Once again, says Lisa before bursting into tears and sobbing again. I comfort Lisa. Oh, what a great friend. Thank you, JD. Well, what are you waiting for? Everyone inside, says Mr. Grouse. Inside Mr. Grouse's house to the tune of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." The twins are setting the table for Christmas dinner. Lily flew up and put the star on top of the tree. Awesome. Everyone is doing what they can do to make the house more festive. There, Mr. Grouse. Now it's not so gloomy in here, says Luan. Oh, I did it again. You hear that, right? Luan, I did it again. Luan. Jeez, man. It's like I say it once now, my brain thinks it's the norm. It's the standard. Guys, I finally made the perfect oops, yeah, you ruined it, says Lucy. Guys, I made the perfect Christmas outfit, says Lenny. Everyone looks at the outfit wondering why it's not Christmas themed, says nobody. Not so Christmassy, don't you think? Asks Lenny. It's not for me, it's for Mr. Grouse. Well, if it's not, well, yeah, but if it's not Christmassy, it's not a Christmas outfit. It's just an outfit that he'll wear on Christmas. You can wear it on your trip tomorrow, she says, putting it on him. Well, thank you, says Mr. Grouse, noticing something. What happened to my curtains? Lenny shushes him. Chow time in 5, people, says Lynn Sr. Before we sit down, there's something I'd like to say, says Mr. Grouse. Speech, 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 chants Lynn. Laurie nudges her to stop. Well, I know I haven't been the friendliest neighbor, and I'm sorry about that. You've all given me so much tonight. Now I'd like to give something to you, says Mr. Grouse. We take checks, says Lola. Laurie nudges her for that for that statement. Mr. Grouse opens his closet and reveals all the stuff that landed in his yard took he took as his own. All our stuff! Exclaimed the Loud Sisters. Gasp. Oh, fuck. all our stuff! All our stuff! They all gathered to get their stuff back with cheers. Plungy, says Lana, holding her plunger. You know, this whole segment was when I was looking for the video, the episode, so I could listen to the song. I watched a little bit of it, and the whole Mr. Grouse taking everybody's stuff was just not in this in the chapter. I guess he cut it out for some strange reason. So now that this whole oh wow, all this stuff that's in his yard is now ours again segment is kind of out of nowhere, a little weird, but whatever. Plungy, says Lana, holding up her plunger. Wow, that's a lot of stuff, Mr. Grouse. Mr. Grouse had taken before we all merged houses, says I say. Oh, right. You said it, JD, says Starfire. Oh, Hair Bear, isn't this the most wonderful thing you've ever seen? Asks Howard, overjoyed. Right, yeah, the gay dads. I keep forgetting. Wow. And now, Howie, remember what Dr. Lopez said about shaking it off. Oh, forget Dr. Lopez. This is the most wonderful thing I've ever seen, says Harold. What? What are they talking about? What Dr. Lopez said about what? Being happy? Or like displaying affection? Yeah, I think Dr. Lopez is a little against homosexual relationships, and he's trying to keep you two from uh yeah, it's sinful to show it in public. So he's like, oh, don't call each other pet names in pub. I don't know. That's obviously probably not what they were going for, but that's the impression I'm getting. Both Clyde's dads walk off sobbing with happiness. Lori walks up to Clyde. Or maybe it's something to do with he's like saying you guys should stop crying over every little thing, Because maybe like in the original episode that I, didn't watch all the way through, so I can't understand it entirely, but maybe it's implied that he's like tearing up. Though I feel like James would probably have put that in. Whatever. I'm getting off track, and I'm kind of close to done, but I still have enough left to make me angry. Where was I? Laurie walks up to Clyde. Clyde, you know what you're standing under, don't you? Asks Laurie, pointing to a mistletoe. Clyde realizes this and starts shaking. Laurie gives him a smooch on his cheek. Merry Christmas, Clyde, says Laurie. And to all a good night, says Clyde, blushing and love-struck before fainting. Come on, everybody, sit. Dinner is served, and save some room for the figgy pudding, says Ned. Sorry, I pinched my nose. Everyone rushes over to the table to join for dinner. December 25th, Christmas morning. Merry Christmas, says the Loud family, exclaims the Loud family, opening up their presents. Lisa got a new meteorite? Okay. Gabriella got a new tea kit from England. Luna got a new banjo. Lincoln got a new video game. Lily got new dart blasters. Got a new dart blaster. Anastasia got a 3D puzzle of the St. Basil's Cathedral. Lucy got a glittering Edwin bust and some new new spell books. Shannon got some books on law, order, crime, and punishment. Luann got a magic and comedy kit. Linka got a new video game console. Penny got a book on rocks and minerals. Lynn got new cleats. Lenny got new high heel shoes. Lana got a medieval war fortress playset. Lola got a Princess Castle playset. And Lainey got a new painting kit. Me, Free, Eileen, Riley, Jesse, The Edge, Sarah, Jerry, Maria, Ronnie Ann, Woody, Naruto, and the girls, Sasuke, Mikoto, Manata. What do you mean, Naruto and the girls? How? Like, why don't you just list them out? You clearly love listing out all your characters, so just list them out, alright? It's pissing me off more than it should. Okay, whatever. Sasuke, Mikoto, Manata, and Kushina, the Teen Titans, and Clyde come in, and we all have Christmas hats on. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everyone, I say. Merry Christmas, guys, say the louds. I got you guys each something. Oh, great. Can we go over everything you got one at a time? Like tediously and painfully? Thinking of the girls. You did? They ask. Yeah, for you, Lincoln, I made you a comic book. Okay. Narcissist much? I made you a fanfic. It's a couple thousand chapters long. Oh, really? What's it about? Asks Lincoln. It's about all of us and how we went on great adventures all over the. You literally do that. You do that, right? Or at least, not regularly. I'm sure it'll happen more and more as we go on. But it's like when you have superpowers and can go on superpowered adventures. Why would you read a book about yourself going on superpowered adventures? You know? If it was a different superhero, then sure, I guess I could still believe it. Whatever. Great adventure fighting numerous bad guys and more. Read the back. There's a special dedication. I say. Lincoln reads the dedication on the back. This book is dedicated to a great man, Lincoln Loud, a great, kind-hearted, intelligent, happy-go-lucky man of lightning who keeps... Man of lightning? Zap to the extreme, who keeps his cool and has a plan for every situation, and my true best friend. Lincoln get eyes tear up and he hugs me. Thank you, JD, says Lincoln. You're welcome, buddy, I say. Ronnie Ann approached Lincoln. Lamo, this is from me. And then, they're gonna kiss, says Ronnie Ann. Ronnie Ann kissed Lincoln. Aww, says everyone. That is so adorable. For you, Lori, I made you a picture, I say. Lori opens the package and gasps. It was a picture of Lori and Bobby flying, and Ronnie Ann was hugging her. Hugging her and holding on tight? Why Ronnie Ann? What? The picture is of Lori and Bobby flying, and Ronnie Ann was hugging her and holding on tight. It's still sweet, because if you guys get married, right, then technically Ronnie Ann would become your sister-in-law, so it's not the worst. Oh, how does that work though? Right? Because Ronnie Ann and Bobby are related, but Ronnie Ann is dating Lincoln, and Bobby is dating um Lori. Stressing, sorry. So like when one of them gets whoever gets married first then makes it so that Ronnie Ann because let's say Lori and Bobby get married first because that makes more sense. They're older and all that. Then that makes Ronnie Ann Lincoln's sister-in-law. So can he still obviously I think common sense wins out and we all understand, yeah, no, it's basically normal, and technically they're step siblings, but we all know that. I guess if it was so long as they started dating before they became step siblings, I don't know. It's weird. It's probably fine no matter what. No, it's not fine no matter what. It's fine so long as a reasonable amount of time hasn't passed after you guys become step siblings. Because the longer you and somebody are step siblings, the more potentially you and outside, people on the outside of your family see you guys as siblings, and it becomes less normal for you to have romantic feelings because, the longer you're with a family. This is stupid. What am I even talking about? I'm close to done. So I'm just gonna, but you get my point. I hope.
Anyways, aw, this is so cute. Lenny Ann was hugging her and holding on tight. Aw, Lori and Bobby, husband and wife and loving family. Thank you, JD. I'll treasure it forever. Lori kisses me on the cheek. Of course she does. Does Lori join the harem later on? Does she ditch Bobby? Is it NTR? Whatever. Says Lori, you're welcome, Lori. Lenny, I made you a beautiful winter dress, I say. Lenny opens the package and gasps. It was a seafoam green Russian style fur coat. Fantastic. Thank you so much, JD. She kisses me on the cheek, too. Great. You're welcome. Luna, this is for you. Luna opens her gift and it's a CD. A CD? She asks. Listen and you'll see, I say. Luna puts in the CD and it was Mick Swagger. I'd like to dedicate this song to my number one fan, Luna Loud, and here to help me to sing it is JD Nutson. This is Mick Swagger in a British accent. Merry Christmas, Luna Loud. Yeah, I say. Don't, no, don't, no, don't. I just did a song. I just did a song. I don't want to do another. It was a hot June night when she saw the light. Sings Mick. You don't sing it in a British accent just because it's a song written by a British person, you goddamn idiot. You ignoramus. Sure, yeah, singing in a British accent. Up until then, she didn't know it was right. She showed up at the show all confused and alone. I can't sing in British. I can't sing personally, and I can't do British. At least not for very long. So now you're asking me It's an impossible feat. Oy vey. Who could have guessed that there'd be two goddamn songs? She showed up at the last one. She had no idea what was about to unfold, I say. Me and Mick. Transformation. I don't know how this is sung. A citizen of the rock and roll nation, sings Mick. Is this an actual one? Because whatever. Mick, uh, uh, how do I say that part? What? Because you're saying it at the same time. But, okay, what? I'm gonna go off like respectively, right? Because it says me and Mick, so I'll assume that the first thing, transformation, is being said by me, JD, and the second thing is being said by Mick. So I'll read it like that. Transformation, I sing. Total mutation, sings Mick. 2 minutes later, this is awful. I hate. You know what? I could go back and try that all again because it was a total cluster. Half singing it, half complaining about it, half getting confused about the lyrics and how I'm supposed to read things. Well, I guess not half. It would be a third of each. But not important. 2 minutes later, we all cheered, and Luna was in tears and of joy, and she hugged me. Maybe she'll kiss you on the cheek. Thank you, dude. You are awesome, she says. I went to a Mick Swagger concert on December 22nd and told Mick it was for you. If you were a true friend, you would have brought her along, you jackass. I sent copies to all your friends. Why? It was awesome going to a Mick Swagger concert. I say. Luna and me did the rock on hand sign, naturally. For Luann, I made you a joke book. I put in every single joke I know. You can use them for your next gig, I say. Thanks, JD. Thanks, JD, says Luann, hugging me. I have something for Luann, too, says Eddie. He walks up to Luann and gives her a rose. I also have a poem for. Oh my god, do I have to read a poem? Lucy helped me make it. I call it the Prank Shop Angel. You're as funny as clowns at the fair, yet your jokes raise me higher than the air. You're an angelic light that shines in the prank shop of love, and I will always treasure you, my funny little turtle dove. Oh, says everyone. Eddie, I love you, says Luann. Luann jumps into Eddie's arms and kisses him passionately. I'm having so much fun reading this that I don't even want to stop right now. That was beautiful, I say, yeah, sniffing and wiping away tears. A tear. Robin, that was so romantic, says Starfire to Robin for some reason. Why? It sure was, says Robin. That was sure beautiful, says Cole. For you, Lynn, I say. I give her the present. She opens it and gasps. Wow, it's a bunch of golf balls. They're the only balls I don't have. Awesome, says Lynn. Those are some extra golf balls I've had in my golf bag for a while. I found those years ago and I figured you might like them.
So it's like garbage then. You gave her your trash. 'Cause apparently, according to you, you haven't used them. So they were effectively whatever. "Thanks, buddy," says Lynn. Lynn gives me a great hug and maybe a kiss on the cheek. I don't know how old Lynn is, and I keep forgetting how old JD's character is, so, maybe not. Maybe for the best it wouldn't. Yeah, whatever. "Don't mention it," I say, squished. She lets go of me. "Gabriella," or is it Gabriella? "Gabriella, this is for you," I say. Gabriella opens the package and gasps. A music box. It was shaped in the form of planet Earth. She winds it up and it opens and shows Tara, Lynn, Gabriella. I just said it, Gabriella again. In a crystal cave going around different areas, and it plays Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On from Titanic. Okay, whatever. I mean, I can't really tell if that's good or bad because it's a little goofy. Whatever. "That is so cool," says Tara. "That is beautiful," says Lynn. "Love it," says Gabriella. "I made that myself in woodshop at school before Christmas break. It took me 7 days to make it." "Really? You didn't just do it in like 5 minutes and it turned out perfectly?" What gave me the idea for it was when Tara and Lynn went on a journey to the center of the earth. Gabriella hugged me. "Thank you, JD," says the Gabriella. "You're welcome. Shannon, I got you this." "Ah, God, kill me!" I hand Shannon a big package and she opens it and gasps. It's a punching bag and it has a picture of the Black Daffodil Gang on it. I don't think that's a very healthy way to deal with trauma. Whatever. Black Daffodil Gang on it, says Shannon. "I put that on there so you can vent out frustration on your old gang. Think of it as a stress reliever," I say. "Cool. Thanks, JD," says Shannon. "You're welcome. Linka, this is for you, but it's outside," I say. We all head outside and Linka saw a Tesla ball there. "I see what I have. Oh, I see what I have to do," says Linka. Linka puts her hand on the ball and channeled lightning into it, and fireworks went off, and it spelled a message in the sky. It said, "Merry Christmas, Linka, from JD and Double D." "Me and Double D planned this all out for you," I say. "It was mostly my idea, Lincoln." Oh, wow. Okay. That, are you sure you want to say that in front of JD? He might hear you say that and think that you're trying to act better than him. Maybe even make it seem like he didn't do as much. I guess well, whatever. If we don't hear from Double D again, no, you'll know why. I wanted to tell you that I did this. I wanted to tell you that I did this gift all from my heart, says Double D. "Oh, Double D, I love you," says Linka. When the hell would Double D and Linka dating? Linka and Double D kissed. Fantastic. "Aw," says everyone. Back inside, I resumed my gifts for everyone. "Lucy, I have this for you," I say. Lucy opens my gift, and it was a spell book on dark magic. Didn't she already get one, like a bunch of those? Whatever. Or, I mean, no, she just says gasp. "Gasp, it's a spell book," says Lucy. "Yep, I found that one and figured you might like it. I also have a poem written for you. Ahem, I call it Lucy the Dark Angel." Oh my God, yes. Two songs, two poems. I'm just begging for death. You're as dark as night, have hair like tar, and sometimes we may forget where you are. You're an angel of darkness that killed Reverend Cain, and some people may find that yet you are insane. But you are you. You are the only one who knows how to turn dark things into fun. So here's a poem from my very best friend, who I will continue to root for and support until the end. Evil spirits better watch out, for Lucy Loud, the Dark Angel, is out and about. That was awful. Who brings up like previous like I mean maybe for Lucy it would make sense, Mrs. Dark and Brooding, but I don't know, right? I, it's not like it was a bad, like a unfortunate thing, because obviously Reverend Cain was a bad guy when she killed him. But I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't want references to me having killed people, no matter the context, in any kind of poem about me. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. Anyways, Lucy had tears in her eyes and she ran and hugged me. "Thank you, second brother." "Oh, yeah. Why not?" Freaking hate it, says Lucy. "Anytime, my angel of darkness. You see, you don't say that. You don't say that, alright? You don't call your not sister. Well,
I don't know. Are they even related anymore? I mean, currently, like, I don't get they're obviously living together, living in the same estate. It's weird, whatever. But I don't know. In my personal opinion, calling somebody my angel of darkness is a little bit more intimate than the kind of brotherly, sisterly bond that's being implied right now. I also have someone here to see you, I say. The door opens and in came Silas? Whoever that is. Silas, says Lucy. Merry Christmas, Lucy. I brought you this, says Silas, pulling in a handcrafted coffin. Oh, is this like one of the guys that like Lucy was all had a crush on from like that one chapter way back when they were like trying to find out who sent the love letter? Whatever. I helped Silas build that coffin for you. It's made of out of mahogany and walnut wood. And look on the side there. I added something special, I say. What then? Really, is it more of a gift from Silas or from you at this point? All right, you gave her a spell book, a poem, and helped make a coffin, which you are like heavily implying was mostly done by you, right? Whatever. Lucy and Silas saw a piece of duct tape hiding something. They pulled it off, and it was a skull with a black heart in the middle of its forehead, and it said Lucy and Silas forever in darkness and love in white letters. Thank you, JD. If I had a heart, I would die with joy. We can only hope so, says Silas. Same here, says Lucy. You're both welcome. For Laney, I made this. I say. Laney opens up the package, and it was a painting of all of us standing under the beauty of the curtains of the Aurora Australis over Torres del Paine in Patagonia, Chile. I don't know if I read any of that right. I know Chile. I definitely got Chile. Uh, JD, this is beautiful, says Laney. I drew that in art class and I started it on November 5th and finished it on December 18th. I call it Family in Patagonia Beauty. Patagonian Beauty. I say. Thank you, JD, says Laney. Laney hugs me and I hug her back. You're welcome. Now for the twins. I made you each something. Here's yours, Lana, I say. Lana opened her present and it was a picture of an ice castle in an ice cave. Lana is with Elsa from 2013's Frozen, and they are using their ice powers to fight off an evil army of snow demons. This is fantastic. This is awesome. I look amazing with Elsa, says Lana. I figured you and Elsa would be perfect. I made that image on the computer. Those snow demons you two are fighting are evil monsters from the netherworld. There's a message. Thanks for the context. There's a message on the bottom left. I say, Lana, you are the strongest handyman I've ever known, and you definitely can get the job done. Your love for animals is as strong as your heart. The cold will never bother you as long as you believe in yourself. My little handyman of ice. My little handyman of ice. This is awesome, she says, hugging me. Thanks, JD. You're welcome. Now for Lola. Lola sees that it's a picture of 2010's Rapunzel from Tangled, and they are fighting Gothel at a volcano field, and Lola is using powers, and Rapunzel is using a frying pan during the fight. I look awesome fighting with Rapunzel. Princesses versus evil villains, she says for some reason. There's a message on the bottom right. Lola reads it. Lola, you're an awesome princess and beauty pageant hero. Keep winning all those beauty pageants and make all your friends and family proud of your proud, and your tea parties will forever be awesome. My little princess of fire. Lola hugs me. Thank you, JD. This is really starting to hurt my brain. You're welcome, Lola. Here's your gift, Penny, I say. Penny opened her gift and gasped. A friend for Teddy, she says. It was a gray hand-sewed teddy bear. I made it myself. Teddy looked like he was lonely, and I decided to make him a friend, I say. Thank you, JD, and Teddy thanks you too, she says. Great. You're both welcome, Penny. Look on his left arm. I wonder if it's gonna have another stupid friggin' message. Penny saw a diamond and two mice under it, and a message saying Merry Christmas, Penny, from the Rescue Aid Society. Wow, I love it. Thank you. She hugs me. You're welcome, Penny. I look at the hole in the wall and saw Bernard and Miss Bianca and winked at them. Okay. Lisa, this is for you, I say. Lisa opened a small package and it was a ceramic trophy, and in it was a 14-karat gold class ring from the insignia of Michigan State University on it, and it had an emerald stone. And the award for the smartest person I know goes to Lisa Loud. Reads Lisa, I made the trophy in ceramics class, and I bought that class ring for you. You can just do that. Your fingers are too small now, but you'll grow into it. I say once again, says Lisa before bursting into tears and sobbing again, and I comfort her. Let it out, Lisa. Let it all out. I say. Lisa calms down. Thank you, second big brother unit, says Lisa. You're welcome, my little scientist. Last but not least, Lily, I have this for you. Lily opened a small package, and it was a ring with a symbol of Gamora on it. That is a very special ring, Lily. It's a backup call ring, I say. It's used to call me, says question mark. Out of the shadows came Gamora. Oh, from Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, of course, Lily would get the Gamora calling ring thing. It makes sense. I'm doing the thing where I like interlock my fingers to show like how puzzle pieces go together. It just they fit. They make sense. Lily, the 10-month-old turned 10-year-old water powers having friggin' little girl obviously should have a direct connection to Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't want to say it because I know Gamora. I mean, because Gamora's the only Gamora I know is from Guardians of the Galaxy. But I could believe that like her name was based off some other thing or person. Oh, whatever. Oh my gosh, Gamora, the most dangerous woman in the universe. No, is that like actually her like label in like Marvel? Because at the end of the day, I mean, she's an alien, so maybe she's stronger than the average human. But I don't know. Scarlet Witch exists, right? If you saw the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie, you'll know how stupidly overpowered she is. And I just find it difficult to believe Gamora could even begin to beat Scarlet Witch. Whatever. It's used to call me blah 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 most dangerous woman in the universe, says Lincoln. Wow, you're my favorite superhero, says Lily. Oh well, the signs were all there, Lily. Don't worry. You know, I remember like the past 20 chapters has had a little note saying, "Oh, in the background, Lily was watching Guardians of the Galaxy and saying audibly, I love Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy, most dangerous woman in the universe." It's just no, this did not come out of the blue at all. Whatever. I'm glad I have some fans. Lily, you can now call me should you get in a tight spot, but only do so when it's like that. Just shine the ring up in the sky and I will arrive, says Gamora. Is that even a real thing? It's definitely not in the movies. Also, in what universe would a non-superpowered green lady who granted knows how to fight and might be stronger than the average person, like human, be better than, well, Lily, first off, who has superpowers, or any of the siblings or just, close friends that she knows who would be infinite. Like, if you know JD, the Mr. Omnipotent, then why in God's name would you ever need to use Gamora? Ever need to call her? You know JD. If you're like, oh, JD, I need your help, he'll snap your fingers and it's gone. Whatever. So the Marvel superheroes are real? Hardly. Hardly a friggin' shocker at this point, Raven. Oh, well, I guess you would be asking, Miss DC. Oh, of course, now it's a little weird, because why would a DC superhero know about Marvel? Whatever. It's too much, too much. Too many things. I've skipped ahead, too. That's my bad. I will, Gamora, I promise. Lily puts the ring on her right ring finger, and Gamora disappears. So the Marvel superheroes are real? Asks Raven. Yep, I found that ring a long time ago, I say. Lily got up and hugged me. Thank you, JD, says Lily. You're welcome, kiddo, I say. Everyone had some presents to give. We're still going. Well, that's all the Christmas presents. Time to start decorating for Valentine's Day, says Rita. Wait, I still have one more, says Lori, showing her giant present she's been waiting to open. I saved the best for last. She shakes it. Ow, says the present. Everyone looks on awkwardly over what made that noise. Lori, it's Bobby, isn't it? Lori opens it up and reveals it to be her boyfriend. Merry Christmas, babe, says Bobby, weary. Boo Boo Bear? Oh, wait. Boo Boo Bear? Asks Lori. I couldn't find anything good enough to buy you for our first Christmas together, so I decided to give you myself, says Bobby. Ah, that's literally the perfect gift. She hugs him. Oh, I got you a present too, she says. I hope it's food and water, says Bobby. Come on, Bobby, I'll heal you up, says Marie. Thanks, Marie, says Bobby. Marie takes Bobby to the couch, and Lori sits by him, and Marie ran to the kitchen, and she brought out a warm turkey leg and some water. Here, Bobby, says Marie. This really feels like something Bobby's girlfriend should be doing, and not Marie, but whatever. Thank you, Marie, says Bobby. Bobby starts eating. Wait, there's something in my stocking, says Lainey off screen. Lainey reaches into her stocking, pulls out a letter, and she reads it. Dear Lainey, I've been hearing about what's been going on with you and your family, and I'm very impressed. What you did was a very nice deed, and I'd like to say thank you for believing in me. I guess there's still a little holiday magic in your house, even when I'm not there. Never stop believing in yourself, says Santa Claus. We were at awe by this letter. Wow, Laney, you got a letter from Santa, exclaims Lincoln. Not a letter, Lincoln, a reply. I wrote him a letter saying what we did for Mr. Grouse, and by the looks of it, he's very happy, says Laney. Indeed, Santa sure was good to us this year, says Lisa. Santa? Exclaim all the louds. I guess because they're shocked that Lisa suddenly believes in Santa. Whatever happened to you? There's no such thing as Santa, asks Laney. Yeah, I thought you didn't believe in him, says Lola. I didn't until I spied him leaving a present behind the couch last night. She shows a picture of what appears to be Santa labeled Santicus Clausimus. Behold, she says. Everyone gasps at the photo. Wow, it really was Santa. He really wrote the letter, says Laney. He sure did, I say. By the way, JD, how did you meet Santa? Asks Laney. Can we not? We're almost over. Can we not? That was an adventure I will never forget. It was 8 years ago today. How old were you? What? You were that's like half of your life. Oh my god, kill me now. I was standing outside at midnight when I saw the legendary Polar Express. The Polar Express is the train ride to the North Pole for kids to meet Santa. I was one of the lucky ones to meet him. I still have my ticket. I pull out a golden ticket with some marks on it, and it was a ticket for the Polar Express. Oh my god, dude. No friggin' way. Why not? I love the Polar Express, the hot chocolate scene is my childhood. I would always, during Christmas, hell, I still do, right? I watch a movie, and whenever the hot chocolate scene comes up, I make hot chocolate and I just drink it while I watch it, and it is the peak of my happiness. We're currently at the very bottom of my happiness, the reverse peak, the valley, whatever. He was probably like the kid with the glasses who was like, what kind of drain this is? Also, if he was a true Polar Express fan, he would go ahead and he wouldn't just say, "Oh, the golden ticket had marks on it." He'd say that the golden ticket had like a word on it or something. Because that's what happened at the end of the. No spoil. Sorry for spoilers, but if you haven't seen it, that's your own fault. It's not a phenomenal movie. It's a little ugly, but it's nice. Anyways, at the end, the train conductor. This isn't a big uh, spoilers, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. But at the end, the train conductor. Okay, well, first at the beginning, the train conductor took all their tickets and he punched holes in them, and he punched a couple letters, and nobody understood what they meant. And then at the end, when they're all getting back on to leave, then he finishes writing out the word that he started writing out at the start, and it all has something to do with their character and their character growth and all that crap. So yeah, and I'm just saying that because that's what should be on JD's ticket rather than just some marks. Oh, I'm hiccuping. I'm almost done. This is going to be a 2-chapter one because I've made this way longer than it needed to be. So the Polar Express is real. Why is that what you're asking? You just found out Santa is real. Whatever. Whoa, says everyone. So the Polar Express is real? Asks Lori.
It sure is, I say. That's incredible, says Lincoln. I agree. A train to the North Pole sounds like fun, says Jesse. I think it's really cool, says Eileen. Same here. I've read the book The Polar Express and it was amazing, says Jerry. Beast Boy, right? I keep forgetting. That does sound awesome, bro, says Beast Boy. Yeah, it does, says Cyborg. Trust me, it was. This has been the best Christmas for all of us, and the best part of it all was I got to share it with Marie and my very best friends. Merry Christmas, everyone. I say. Everyone hugged me. Merry Christmas, JD, says everyone. The end credits play as instrumental version of That's what Christmas is all about in a snowy field. Right. The end. Another fanfiction completed. I've had this one planned ever since Thanksgiving. I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year. One of them. Okay. I wanted to include some of my relatives in my story, even though they didn't do anything. I'm sorry I couldn't write some quotes from them, but I wanted it to center around me and my friends. Let me know what you all think. I hated it. I'm gonna take a little break for a while. Oh, if only. But have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a happy New Year. See you next time. Frozen and Tangled mentions Disney Studios, and Gamora belongs to Marvel Comics. Okay, fantastic. Uh, yeah, these two chapters were longer than I intended, almost entirely because of my own fault. For that, I apologize. So it's going to be a two chapter. I intend to read more. I mean, more regularly. I feel like I say that every single time, but it's summer now. I have much more free time, so there should be no actual nothing keeping me anymore. So, like and subscribe. See you next time.